etwa no mweni da ben na wo kura obeti tru wotumi aka sa bi efie wura fa wo so hyebra eme ye ntwa bi kwa ma no da
eje fie wura sa de wo duobo efie wura fa de wo tu ye ni efie wura fa de wo tete ye this way chocolate drink fufu yi nso a egudwomi ye tenant fo ne yesa akoto betwa team no madan
efie wura wo tu ani o wo tu ani ya bra adan na this way chocolate drink no sugar enum dada sugar wom ene no aso anya nsuo hye
ane de wo hia ene so hye
na anopa bia me hwie so hyegu kapom de befa manim ho ehwe se bia mo ba fra mi ate this way sachet ba kompo egu mo atwa tia mama no no mo ye bi da
efie wura sa de ye nye this way chocolate drink ebusu supermarket o kan si jom filling stations any shops any wo mo tonto onyema te ebusu ene so ye nsa nkoto emetwa team awonum
efie wura beni fufu overlander so a wodi buai ye yesa ya umuna wodi kutukum ye koto this way chocolate drink nso so a efie wura ye nye odebio sir we shall see
atu yan yabre
ye beko
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mu agye atum se eye
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you glow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Utie oha echi ponkno. Needs FM.
Frichi freche framre fete freche mu fentem e frechi fredom say omantie amansentie kana muntie wo need.
Hello, good morning, and thank you very much for tuning in to NEAT 100.9. August 10, 2021. Yes, bio mamunyina kwaba. Yakwa enemy ya tuwe jumediya no siya fremi kwesi ABOAGYE. Maji eja matinem. Enzio bebo wadeng. Anapa ye kan gumu akopembe no nduni echire enkomo no nyina gina se ne ekoso man Ghana mu amanyosem ne edi akotene wode bonkrata anu mu pabra mafo kam ho bebo akenkan ensem no di amaye ne etwego news online portals ne ese ye de eye nchechiremu e de ba beko amano so non so bebremo. Right, so let's check out the front pages of the newspapers again. Then we'll continue with the details. Yeko yenimi. Kamera buamia anope de bonkrata ni nimusem.
Yo. Abusuafo de bonkrata Ghanaian Times na da menimi. What the professor taso for shuma funfoni abeto anu a. Papa ne se tete suit ni bikama. Ana wabɔ ne tie hu se wa yekrati ni. Na asɛm a wɔka yetiawa. National Labour Commission na katre yutagafo se that atia no a wo atia no nya kwan pa so enti wo nsan konkra suru mu nkwatra de sabre ya akatom na bro na disuafo no tra quizzes na wo matra exams no wo mama kwan akofie no de wo ya no sa enya yie eno na yutagafo katre National Labour Commission fo sa tia anya de wo mu bakɔ nne anya de wo mbakɔ otena enti de wo mu pa bia no wo nya wo de papa mfo ne yabetoa Pampani na de danko akufuado ane waka kire Ghana fo nyina se aban krati mpanimfo no a wode ba betu dwa no wase da ya brother consultation ati mpanimfo adenkyere ansa no wode wonu mu ba enti wasra edi bia wode ba betu da bia no wo munyintumma no one pan to Kwane Basabasa Yabia, ya wadia desredia Emma, I want the Bokrata Ghanaian Times Yanim. The chronic Dobokrata Diaba, and what I say, a choir fraud Mr. Occupy Ghana, and one catam and penina now the Danko Kufuado say, I am Guasiama no pass, my men who does it to one who's a health minister. As quickly as possible, one must run us 1 pound free na Konya so, a son send a tuma answer. A banundra or cockre frabro trebaye, medremaya namno so. Sasi kanwa walk on a fan refrain in Tano Crano and fast wobi and so. And yanitia tamuana say, 1 pound or 1 pound, a son send the money bo and sandy. What the time of 4 and 9 and funny abatua. There were the kind I ceiling wine. There were also I am wine syndrome. A lady how and a line high song. San call for 9 guha. Na woman call to I say, young woman crom na call to say no way. That's the canwa yasua muntiano as a sua mutia and san ya duama comcrum.
Right, Messa back Abna Subium na ya share the one cratano, a nimun semsenia or broswan pay the mayano, and nebna a year August needed to so do. Na Ghana for Bekai, for Muti, ad hoc committee, Mrashibe Jim, one more tea, yes, 1 year contract be a Ghana, yes, signing a year Sputnik V vaccine in Roibia the World COVID-19. Yadie near Persia Sano, Minister of Ministry of Health, any SL Global, and Sheikh Al Maktoum, or no UAE, almost sign a contract. Be na contract no, I won't say Medi Muama, minority leader, the Haruna Jesu, a move private members motion, our parliament, Emma Mrashabe Jenio Jima Jaboso, Kobenaminta Kando. And so second day, Emma Mrashabe Jim, a question okay, Sana Tiadia, as so a committee, open back one or Kahon, Honorable Kwame, and you may do entry. One on Mrashabe Jenio Jima Asante Achim Central. Sa a committee, would you media would do and pay ye nin como kakra. On our way at Asimo Aquaba Nita Femso.
Yeah,
now, won't put to say. Yadasiana pay. Na, near the kind, where you may have mudi, any nearby beto justice, moi as committee, as a member, sign a tiopa. When you saw, if you are muye, if you are no, if you say yes, come on.
Oh, come on. That motion, no, correction, motion.
Okay.
And honorable Akanto,
and yes, more report and some correction room. As reading more, because I'm a report number 2, Jano.
Oh, okay.
Because in your report, no, that is what you've stated.
It's almost a 9-member committee. And member of the committee. And the class, yeah, minister. And send here or no SIN. Yeah, now or no need answer. Yeah, follow up. That is to say on the payment to say yeah, follow up at the market or final. And hopefully answer you the payment be has been done because I know no one minute any year that's the kind of yeah, they call Minister of Finance, no more prayer committee, say contract now, some now, no more, you know. When the kind of committee from half of the amount now, tended amount on there, yeah, and then you know, contractors, you know, I am, and you know, but what's the moment there? Minister no first one year parliamentary approval. That is correct. But I can say yes, 1 year parliamentary approval. Looking at the evidences of the time. No, open road be, onya be, and go for COVID in the mind. And you know, self rate, you know, at that time also that cost. So I bring on Ghana, you know, you don't know, you're not no money, or he faced the challenge. And, you know, or trying to say, Obenya, country to country, so Obenya, Russia, direct, that is all the four years, or Trekoma, foreign affairs, minister, Russia, or any name, you know, so moving me a link, I'm a company, you know, a supply, Ghana direct. You know, when we are, especially beginning of more banner more than 2,000 doses by, you know, as I say, or for you. You know, they are presenting reports to Parliament, which also can say, under the, oh yeah, you know, under the circumstances, you know, the emergency decision, oh yeah, and it also ministerial, and on the year, of course, Papa, not by the minister. His Excellency, and now on-check ministry so far as health issues are concerned. In our recommendation, you can say in future, the BBC have ever sworn another emergency at least health committee, you know, there, or no, you know, parliamentarian. What you mean for more health committee, and no more, but it is clear that parliamentary approval, no, it's something, especially Amazon, the foreign company, no, under the constitution, no, under I think Article 1815, no, as a thing called parliamentary approval, and not in a 1 year, but I think it was justified, and not for one, or sign extra, or no.
Justified in what? Justified in the end. Also, I think he was justified. And I'm saying, Cheche, what do you mean, sir? You think, sir, he was justified? Justified in what do you mean?
Justified, sir. Any pay woo. Now, engineer said, obey emergency response. And they now want to me and go through process. No, as I said, or the parliamentary approval. No, that time, no, according to, or no, not a bit delay.
But near one some report recommendations na moka say even under such circumstances no say mpo say bibi basa e bia show so putuprum sa no kra no a enka say otimi ba mo betimi passing under certificate of urgency ana mpo nka so oni health committee no mpo di nkomo anya mo ansum report na cancer
but some in contradiction me no but report no ya advice and no by way of recommendation. But no, Vienna or Action, then 1 year parliamentary approval, sana, or you know, contract, you know, or now, you know, go ahead. May give you say, and the same now, kind of trust move, because at that time, you know, still who were gonna move every day, but I did not end the public procurement authority. Or try letter echo almost say why you be in the ammonia ratification under the law or breaching the public you know procurement you know authority. No, there are no things MONTIE under section 40 and 41 no he was in breach. But under 9 I think 3 and no and a portray the command people say Omo ebetimi aba normal be ratified or they by
how can that be justified, honorable? Sorry, how can that be justified? Said unim said even under the circumstances bia Ghana hu abaye mu na ebia enimonim ye hia bibisa no. That is why e wo honom say mrahye bedwem e ban bibisa certificate of urgency bibisa ye betimi aye aden wanyesa then so by breaching the NCCA as on my year constitution say okay even under circumstances like that emergency no say now say oh yeah now one year we say yes no yeah and it's still justified. How can that be justified?
No, or also the what take a stand they say you want to condemn a minister.
Not a stand. I'm not condemning him. Me too.
The American say under the circumstance no. Cast your mind back. Our time was COVID and some no buy any time or enter into the contract. Ghanaians, any Anyama, Anyama, we are country no more. At some point, to plan on that and go for as you say, don't forget, say, around the time when they are the parliamentarians, they bring here, was the game. And that those circumstances, I want to say, yes, but you can say, a back baby in emergency, Embra, as I said, ultimately, Embra, so by way of recommendation. And only as I said, for the parliament,
Empacho, dear Intina, my be democracy because and you might be saying Canisana near Yanyama. And yes, here democracy. And untina parliament more on saying, yeah, science share. So we are justifying say, okay, yen sanye Niama to send near Yano, and Canibia, na HMU, so okay, well, under a emergency in TNSA. I imagine said the framers of the constitution and in pain for more and more Rashebe. This is the reason why. My and she be and the certificate of agency is so are you also justifying okay yen san yen yamati sen yan yen tete bremu?
Yes, and things are saying yen san yen yamati bremu, but it's to say sometimes embrace the prayer and also everything ama onebi at the end. But under the circumstances, nipa yen plan why ya privilege enya vaccine no be awo at the time one necessary yenya edewo Ghanaians nye obia na enya that privilege it na under the circumstances through COVID vaccines no ofa onyebi owura onyebi na yede ba there yes reports no dey access parliamentary approval now 1 year no. Yamra. No next time no say now again. But the American say put here explanation now for the everything me pardon no.
Okay. Which means yantina say circumstance in tea man china boss too much. Now me musa okay. Me musa sa asem ina me nyu adwenche on say bi nso say opani twantro ewo nsem obeka kire mu say wentua sika bi aba mo hwehwe mu no a no eba be dey this years sa na etua sika edi ama eye shake middleman ni ne ka ho dia na ka wo ho say ebi say yes sa de no ye no entro no try he lied under oath ni the perjury ni sa na ka ho. Oh, Honorable Anyimedu Mpachotimeka. Honorable Anyimedu Enchi, Kwame Anyimedu Enchi. Ahumano, so kan so nam kwan so teke mu nti minim se bia no nti ahumana te atom ye be se bia isa betimi be kan ye be kan bi omu ana chese etimi na toa enkomo no so anope wo mudwumadi a wo mudi wo kan mpinfo be ye enko a yi omo se wo mu enhwe na wo mu nya nhwehwemu emfa Ghana sa contract ya yekosan Sputnik V vaccine na epese yeto efi Sheikh Maktoum wo campaign fo na wo mu etrance a wo mu yes anhwemu yi Alexander Kwame na afenyo marking one na wo ye chairperson Kwabena Minta Akando na wo vice chair Bernard ahiafo member Kwame Anyimedu Enchi opinion ani ene kase won so ye member Dr. Nana Ayu Efie no anu see a member Ernest Henry Nogbe a member Elizabeth Ofosu Jari a member Umar Farouk Aliu Mahama see a member and Sheila Batel Senso no a member so yanko amano subio miansaka honorable Kwame Anyimedu Enchi honorable Fache ahumanity ko na mibusa se sa asem ye bi ka se otwantro papa yi woni no kure se wonu aka se wan fa sike bia yentua sike bia ba mo nhwemu sa na ba be dey di se wodi sike bi di ama ai ne kura be dey di se wa tworo krata se woji yesika aman ene ne ka ho sa de esi otwantro eto se otwantro wo meboa
enye no kure ade no ba ebi na ya na isan se ya de ye pesi e twena bo so no enye sa ne minister no ba no ai bisa se Ghana yes, can be an answer to be a call. That's my attention reference now. Or sit to the best of his knowledge. In Chia, now, process, and yam the ministry in Chia directly. And the process, not was setting on emotions, a better draft, this number of groups. And not what they set Akoma of finance. And the unknown ISR response to the and a committee, the Chiracoma Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance, they respond by it, say, contract now, proposes to move half the amount now, as I said,
A Ministry of Finance.
Ministry of Finance, and they let them break committee. And the Ministry of
In
Finance.
so Ministry of Finance, they catch him so much you have.
But you.
Okay, all right.
And so that's 20,000 doses. ABBA. And then the woman is saying 20,000 doses now, they are going to half now. And the cost of 20,000 doses is free.
Which, anybody saying, but you name, saying.
Report,
Okay.
Over report more were emphatic on the amount.
Okay.
I mean, I'm quite sure.
Okay.
And the balance you Ghana, you can't error report whatever balance you Ghana, and so the back. But the impression is being created. Minister na kwa kutia sikano. And I busano no ocha so tia sikano. And your minister in the KI. Another ministry and I advance through the process at the COE. Because of the international transactions near the piano. Oh yeah, as I said, for the letters of credit on the amount and the deco. To me personally, Majimono, they are fine and they are report no, they are unanimous. I could do the floor of the house no. After I have parties and temporary Yamona City, I don't think it is right.
Okay. But I'm sure sir, only me by advice in terms of if your payment to Ministry of Finance. A be free Ministry of Health for them saying and patch a call and send me to Ameboa.
Yes, I know correct.
And she said, Papa Nkase and now Raj, my man, Nkase, will name and now to the best of the knowledge, will name say be a payment no matter because a Ministry of Finance no payment. And said that she see you, mommy, Papa.
They all can say, what you know, what that's what setting emotion. I said, at the end of the but one cancer in TI was it to the best of the knowledge, Unim said it can be a part, nothing to be in coin. Time or can before the committee. And say, I don't think I can say, either be a best prime minister of finance, representative, Amana Bema, Adeo, and I bet travel. You track on once and readily, all the information of the committee, and they include in our report.
Okay. Okay. Now, near CCIB so about say, send your cheer dear bear, yen sakeno. In fact, main start to say, be said, I don't have recommendations, man true, we say, yen sanction, yen mano ebi asuchi be, any dear kahun.
Menhuno, Adia, why you know, the Case Yankina so. We must be fair. In Penisi, he has on the phone say, go through the body. And he who has the right to do the right thing has the right to do the wrong thing. And there's nothing criminal in this. He ends constitutional provision, but no, to the best of his knowledge, he wanted to act harmlessly and okay, because of the exigencies of the time, now, and Yamana, and so and 10 times on the Yama, and on the man about that. And I make answer, somehow, a trust me, and then I used to propose justified now, one else here. But here to something about so. The jury said the boy, did it on behalf of Ghana, and he did it to the best of his knowledge. but the other side is I say or be or no what's not public accounts so paying. Why a minister paying? Why a way paying? Why a accountant as a finance? And you know, as a son in my as a say, I'm a casa, I mean, no more against it. But anybody, for instance, the personal one, no refractor. It's a message. Say, you know, or buy, you know, as the ministry, you know, COVID equal buy, you know, no, in charge, you know. Or what you mean, I have to tell Nema, I'm a Nema, I perform. You may give it a win, you say, a better say, the big cry, you know, as I say, you have to throw away the water with the cow. We can do that.
Bibi kakra hono no Jessica kudu ya kodu ya die mu na se bibi kakra ona bo eni die mu
Sika bi ene ho ebeyira enya contract ya tono ya advance sika say e beto say na Ghana ekia half e dey akọ for the contract na e propose here na me am fine na contract na ya terminate enti sika atamu bia na so return this kamai the report ya can say contract na ya terminate a minister you know termination letter no ever be to committee no I don't say adopt to it you know sika bi ene ho no mo a ebeyira na the minister no face na we are saying God be good photo I call any pana or intended person now over Tom Bruno and the ama Ghana and then Bruno and Yamaso and you know the auto and the Cano the idea from the Aka Pama Ghana very simple I mean the Minister of Finance back.
Well, interestingly, my name said Kratana Makinkano. MC, is it not from the health minister rather? Ukasebia Minister of Finance, Beji. MC Krata.
No. And your minister, David, what do you mean? And all say the real report tonight called floor of the house. Some members of parliament on the other side. The minister not we know but read the report itself. There's nothing like that.
No, me just say me who Krata bia dated 2nd August 2021.
Right.
A fee Ministry of Health. I call to His Highness Sheikh Ahmed Damok Al Maktoum, member of the ruling family of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Now it says refund to the government of Ghana of the balance of payment for 300,000 doses of Sputnik V vaccine. Sakratano, I'm saying, sir, it is signed by KWASI Menu, the Minister for Health. And Okaba say Ministry of Finance na kwakojiskano. And I'm saying the refund letter, me who said that bonteno. From the Ministry of Health and not from the Ministry of Finance.
Okay, thank you for the correction. Also, the Okana Ministry of Health may initiate payment. And our Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Pay. And he said, what track was a Mompamra? And yet, maybe say, and yet out of order. But if I am over me, I do not know the process now.
Shame, I didn't know. Out of order. Because I know now this kind of come out, and your Ministry of Finance, into Una Kutiakas.
The process now. I cannot. Busame or Bibra. Pintiminka. The Ministry of Finance, they say retreat. And I say, be our normal instructions now. Obey Manaba BC. We know so. And now letters of credit, you know. Why the money they call in and wine at the Babano? I do not. But I know that the money will come back.
Okay. Interesting. Directly, I mean, this one, or no Ministry of Health and our minister addressing it directly to them, said they should formally just accept termination of agreement, you know, between Yanni and Sheikh, you know, non-fa, the Sikano and Famaye.
I know that letter did not come before the committee. That letter will come once. It did not come before the committee. But the Minister of Health, the bar committee, a termination letter between the Amatum. That Amatum on the terminated contract. And you know, subsequent to the committee's work, you know, the minister said,
okay, all right. Now, Oka said, yeah, Montie 20,000 no modi aba no film na ni aka no muntu ya meboa.
Exactly. Say in contract, your friend is quantum merit. The performance of the contract, no part of my performance. A pastor a year over the woman and yet 20,000 CD and after dollars. A year 20,000 dose in tea. How much that is worth now? And on Ghana, a year injected armor.
Well, okay, Minister and a Ministry of Health, Kratana. I think paragraph 4, Honum saying, no, paragraph 3. HSAS, Ghana will be because paragraph 3, Honum saying, or say this request for refund is in line with clause 8.2 of the agreement, which states that, and I quote, 8.2, any termination of this agreement, which shall be by notice in writing to the other party, shall not affect any rights, remedies, obligations, or liabilities of the parties that have accrued up to the date of termination. End of quote. Inti meaning or say according to a agreement, no. 8.2 no chese yebetimi since I went to me and supply ni na so mdi esika dman inti. Send ya kind na ye GSK.
Oh yeah. I know the idea of betting afa. The TBA and Ghana service. If you are making promote here, I would say, they didn't know how the movie brain and you know.
Hey, honorable Ajimedu. Now say.
And no cry one report to my catch.
O si ebi kura wo metu ada, ebi kura na ebi o metu ada da no na na serika kre.
Oh, it's possible. So much the thing we know emotional. If it's me about to say, almost 8 years. So we should be to keep a year we can swift transfer. How many days?
Mpanyinfo bi se papai ebe ya mfa ne dibrento mate orakweku baako akasa mpanyinfo bebu aka enenso sei no kra de bon krata no ebi ka ho asem se Occupy Ghana eden krata statement o ma release HSA Minister of Health so mfa ne dibre kwanto de o mampanyin yine di aginche
aginche say ebi no mo say papa ne trimo ode as a sanka dia why say the one Emma Dipedini. Yana Sanya Mawiana. On say Ghana no first.
Nichima didn't say one Jessica na then.
Eh, Bika.
Yeah,
and you know, and so what did I do at all? I'm speaking from the minimum.
Everyone no mokasa mpacha oni mo mokasa.
Minim nipa bibra ekasa. The Obika say yampa na jumanto na de all can say Obia ni timo de kin why say ni adia. But adia be nko ade. Enne Obia obeka say ompa na jumanto no enyagene. Waboa the Ministry of Health aye no. And say yebo omabaso. Na make us go to ne boy hina. Sa enfom so ya ba. Committee na recommend say next time no be about it. Yeah. Obia yam find the beer against me can say where we be and be fraudulent. But one comply with MRA SSO comply say of about basic entry approval. And no me rectify. The rectify is a mao ne that did be the way board cocoa. Mao ne said the no the biba be one as I said or the bar parliament or the bar for parliament. When the enams look around and say, in the light of Wina, they say, I know Yariano, Yandru, the third wave, no, buffer, you know. The minister, no, be you or SSL or active swiftly. That year, Abbey, a Bemana is slow, I'm an affected the entire country. A hold on, personal, economic.
Imbusa personal question be how. Senior no pay wakasa, any majority for so far, senior musi kasa fire. Sa yenhwemu ya moye inti we sure pa se nka opposition ena me fan se bi NDC na wa ban mu ena nka sade we Minister of Health here position ya wa take ni senior si kase sa na nka we kanu na
nyame adaroma mini opposition na minim how me there I am I know some object Yama Bibri. And yet, Bibia near the politics. Sometimes, for example, education. And I for 4 by and or say you call 4 years for SSS, a bebo and any idea no call 4 years. Then in year 4 years no NDC buy no they gave a promise of moving for 3 years. And Palmo buy under Lima make Betimo. Omujina all kind parliament yempa at the end of 3 years. So see that. And the kind people buy another year is for yempa 4 years. Okay, 4 years no never one palan. 3 years not take palan in your mano ever for. Yet they have security. Police, Mr. Zamina, I get to say, and that's okay, by a point. Exactly, police, no more to abandon one person, bet me a leading institution. And the BBA, dear police, this is health issue. Vanessa won't qua, and our 1 year. And sometimes they health issue.
Don't say, me besides, honorable besides, I said, as a me buy a young shimmy, me who stands up a year NDC, minority takey. Papa yen di. Papa yen china bosso, Papa yen ye, Papa we chantro, Papa why say. Majority MPP form so. Oh, 1 year she under the circumstances. When we see us, but near no buy no. Yes, sir, as on mine. In fact, it's somebody be crying. I'm taking crash of minority crime. It's empty. So more. Come here and come on report because no money be no money munya dream or home. And account
like there's nothing said. Minority beat me a report. Yet committee, chairman is a report. But in the report, you bet me I can say by majority decision or by unanimous decision. Idea by consensus, we all agree. They control the floor of the house. I don't know if better so NDC is standing. That is not fair. So, and in the year, Obi or MPP, no Osama MPP, the classes as committee, we came to a conclusion. And I'm glad it's also reported that way. There's something like so we are dissenting in the report. And you see our Montie and our radio so there, who can go dissent. Our committee, not 9 members, no, we have all agreed on the reporter, Ikrawi. I'll be there's nothing like say we a majority. And the other parties are not. Committee na here. There's not here. Here she shame. Here who you know. And I agree. And to be against the report now here, Adia. Mestre say so. Who said the funny thing? Argentina, Wako agree on the report by consensus. Say anything that here. Now we can be before from outside the report.
Well, you better see the BCC, Honorable. Let me show you. Right, Honorable Kwame, and you may do entry. Rasebe Junior Jama Asante Achim Central. Why a member, the ad hoc committee, I want to say, na almost share contract. The Sheikh Al Maktoum of UAE, sign a Hunsen Sputnik V. And pay, and our Bomodia Chichim Kakra. He belongs to the majority side. Inti, and pay a Sebia. Obinsu FIE minority side and so ye betimi no edi ayan komo
Utie oha echi ponkno Needs FM
Ghana Montie Ghana Montie Ghana Montie Ghana Montie Ode Sampa Kasia Bo Ko wakata wonsa Amaya sa Onye yimu no kretrodo Kagire men kamadine bo Nita fe Muma yentie Kosi ABOAGYE 100.9
Kwesi Monkwe.
Frichi freche framre fete freche mu fentem frem. Chiri fredom say omantie amansentie Ghana muntie wonit.
Ghana Montie Ghana Montie Ghana Montie Ghana Montie Ode Sampa Bo Kasia Bo Ko wakata wonsa Amaya se Kwesi ABOAGYE Onye yimu no kretrodo Kagire men kamadine bo Nita fe Muma yentie Kosi ABOAGYE 100.9
Kwesi Monkwe.
The times of reference to the speaker. Let Let me put on record that at the committee level, no evidence of government-to-government transaction by Republic of Ghana was provided. Mr. Speaker, again, the minister responsible for health clearly admitted that he never contacted the government of Russia before signing this agreement.
Okay, so Messambo ni ebium diamamo basa abredi apese kwa humano so Honorable Mubarak Muntaka minority chief whip Mashebe Jino Joma Aswansi. Honorable Yadasimu akwa baba ni TFM so.
I'm sorry, Honorable Mubarak, Honorable Mustafa Mohammed.
Okay, all right. Medasi etie for Mumfanchem.
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie.
All the Sampa Cassia Bo, Kowaka Tamunsa, Amaya Sa, Cassia Waye,
Onye no Cretrodo, Kagame Kamadinibo,
Nita Fair,
Mayentie. KWASI 100.9.
Kwesi Bonkwe.
I proceed to tackle the terms of reference, Mr. Speaker. Let me put on record that at the committee level, no evidence of government-to-government transaction by Republic of Ghana was provided. Mr. Speaker, again, the minister responsible for health clearly admitted that he never contacted the government of Russia before signing this agreement. Mr. Speaker, take note that, Mr. Speaker, the issue under consideration is the procurement of Sputnik 5. And Mr. Speaker, Sputnik 5 is manufactured in Russia. So if there's going to be any government-to-government transaction before the procurement, Russia must be included. Mr. Speaker, the fact on the table was that the minister never engaged Russia before signing this contract. Mr. Speaker, it was clearly submitted to the committee that the minister wrote to Russia after he has signed the agreement, and clearly an afterthought. Clearly an afterthought. Mr. Speaker, the agreement between Al Maktoum and Republic of Ghana was signed on the 9th of March. Mr. Speaker, Ghana expressed interest of buying the vessel on the 28th of April. Mr. Speaker, this is an exhibit that was provided to the committee, and it is labeled Exhibit MOH11. Mr. Speaker, one of the terms of reference is to whether or not the transaction under consideration was of international nature, and if it was of international nature, if Article 5 was fulfilled. Mr. Speaker, looking at the nature and the address of the private office of Al Maktoum, clearly it is not a Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, and therefore any transaction between the private office of Al Maktoum and Republic of Ghana is of international nature. Fact. Mr. Speaker, the minister ought to have come to Parliament for prior approval. Mr. Speaker, the minister admitted that it's of international nature and it didn't come to Parliament. Mr. Speaker, the interesting aspect of it is that we requested to know whether or not the minister sought the advice of the AG. The Speaker, he provided Exhibit MOH9. The Speaker, the minister wrote to the Attorney General after he has executed the contract. The Speaker, and the Attorney General wrote to the minister responsible for health on the 12th of April. The Speaker, whatever is provided here had no effect on the execution of the contract.
Ghana Montie, na mansanya so adawro Kofi Amman homene so ejiji tonton sansan e wo need 100.9 FM.
Kwabena minta kandom rasebe jeni ojinama dwabo so na oti se wakasa honum say wasanso vice chair ad hoc committee omote wo ye rasebe dwom na wo mo ye Sputnik V contract ye sign na opini ba ko nso akasa fa sa contract any ad hoc committee wo mo hwehwe mo ye so far ne ekoso sa Sputnik V vaccine probe we imranim ni Martin Pebu ewa amano so anope yene no edi nkomo kakra Martin da asemo akwa baba ni TFM so anope na empomwe da asisa anope efre ni die mu agye so da ase papa na nhwehwemu ya ad hoc committee ya kenkan bi atiti bi a wo kire wa adwen wo ho kama na ba ko a menhwe wo hanum se wo kire se wo ka bibi se minister no niaba abede di no kire se wonya fit for the office now occupy no acho kan bibisa na no nchire mu no be yesen pa
nchire mu no se ne bi kan atana we di no cross here one transaction now system atana system yanka ene kwa na take na parliament honorable member then one and all can because we did that. And the kind on the ministry the press statement about church and here and how many times in another kind or say a shake no alma on a bad Ghana ministry national year on the contact here so anyone my physical crowd on no contact yourself or vaccine or top you need to about the same kisa you and I yes share share I don't know if this are true but the no kind or no any shake and I'm not other share number 2 fans or car say I'm found or best sign that agreement now or no while contacting Russians Russian government, so person government of the combined say MCR for signing agreement with in March, 9th month, and found that they through or to share Russian foreign ministry. And number 3, France that or parliament committee or people vaccine the Chiaka. Could be a year, don't have to come back. Never crown. Abraham or catcher parliament. Not really seen a while last year. That's say that was a fast one. Yes, you say, let the else each year advance. Say, answer on the vaccine grab a bundle. And you have a more else and crack a dear say. Omo de sanka ta no ko banka if it to the dia won saka you know won sanka ya won sanka yo it reach yaka na minti bio kwesi ABOAGYE LCO depending on how you write it no say saka we answer the chia and I say bro kwa enye le yo debi etinye ni sa na ye ma ho kwan. It depends on all the contracts, how it is written. How the member said for the sake of argument, you can say, or yen year time, it is or yen year, and ye no number chum say, and ye run be true to cut me and saka, ye shimunas, yaka. Oh, because else no the agreement abituda, else in the Maya, and to for the sake of argument, the young can say, or yen year time, so yen year. Okay, say, okay, really be true to Kana inspection company now, also, she said, really yellow. Oh, yes, she would be, on my report, say, I'm 20,000 yards a year, Ghana, Yaka. And he said, Tisa, and a banner sena, don't bad that, then Yaka, because we agreement out there with Sasha, a dress, a buyer, it was Yaka. Then, how many more than 3 months on? What's you in Chiaka? Once I want to say, I didn't see as cannot. Oh, one track. the laws of parliament, number 1, 122, they say, over parliament, contempt of parliament, over now, parliament is one, higher obstruction of justice, contempt. Council Act 300, Parliament Act 300, look at it, 1965, I'm in command from that time in Army or Star Lawyer. And also, Sir, a congratulatory more, as a minister over Parliament. And I yes, I will be in the master bank with the actual. Also, a perjury, a contempt of Parliament. Yeah, you can't say something, but I can't say with the actual crown pool. The other side of it is saying, more incomplete answer, and also a perjury. Obia ni say article the answer ya o ma and also your perjury because it didn't find say agreement now was signed here no and no say on the buy the bit yaka if you buy me say na on the buy you yaka so yeah and I use answer say bi any why they were okosha payment no nti three equity say yansa else na anye ya komo mo cash abra ye mo cash sa letter na ye be call ye from controller and accountant general or the bank of Ghana no a copy we need for you cry and from all the information we have I go fit you kata say am panso ono ni minister say Bibinia say one on the down candidate can you see obetina ho cash on here that can be there. In the master. And say, parliamentary approval, cabinet approval, and then you can hold it. The Yanka was there. Osha, not a pay to see a master. And yan, the idea can say, you must too long ago, no cock. That's a very said. Then or buy to watching the company or buy another on side.
Martin, is it not because in Chechimni Bia Yatis or come, in fact, majority for do now one more come and pay any member or year committee in Kwame and you may do entry, for instance, it's a Papano, what ye said or Boagana. Well, near Bibia, ye bia so de Boagana, a Huchiraba, and you pay woo, Yadia, and ye city, we are see, will be a bufasu per COVID, ye vaccine binti, no ye biano, ne peppermoa.
As I and no air because I didn't say, besides my main, the first time, yeah, why is that? The first time, I said, vaccine, by how first one, Alice. And I MONTIE pass our agreement.
Yeah,
Papa, yeah, and just the same vaccine. I need to say, then talk vaccine 25 talent. I paid the assembly back. I just said, if you could do one that the back, I will need.
And only SL Global, dear Nana.
Oh, yes, Cano at the Honor, yes, Cano, wow. I know MONTIE came said it on Professor and I would change it. The parents, she actually and so this Cano, and can next time, what best signing next agreement, what the best cabinet? They are the actions of the ones that we forgiving for too long. Given for 25 talents. MONTIE said, and then it's a new training. What's happening next one? And then apart from that, I said, the entire candle, so I said, December, I'm here budget. Budget, I say, or could try say, vaccine, I'm on some bro, it's $12, yeah, or the 10, it's back home. Yes, it's too crowded. Listen, health committee of parliament. What I try to say, I don't combine that. It's not private money. And that's Mr. Mamini, when you are what you wait that MP star all these years, I think on Kwana, when you at this stage, continue to say, it's back and quit now. That's why I say he doesn't know anything. That's why it's not free. After more than a decade, from Kufuana Bredo and I'm a and all this thing, you see, I say, and creating an editor, right? So, baby, in your Hannah, Odyssia 1 3. And you're on your uncle class, for private, and you may say, OTMPR, it's an impersonal. And maybe next time, that will be for the president to decide. That's too far, yet.
But that Martin has any equity. When you're not doing so, be resign your tea, and we're banning, sir. Dear partner, say ACC.
Yeah, but for so far, what? The tropic here, they are Koran. I'm now signing. We are putting together a petition. Here, they are called Parliament.
Who now lead this a petition?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the document coming answers no my need because I will drop petition. I will stress our dancing. So we are trying to put together all this. If we are, the paper said, "Mo do my so we are also signing." Now, actually, we are almost signing. We are Franco Master because I don't know. I'm yellow. We have some more parliament from the Buyano Far. African Parliament Act 300 there was suspension of it, even a reprimand, there was suspension and there was expulsion from Parliament. Over time out there Act 300 Parliament Act where we get the amount. Yeah, I was here man running because of the of the who needs assisted Ghana and the private company, no PPR, no person. I don't know who any master. I don't know this guy say. I'm for doctors, qualified doctors. I think we help. Medical doctors, professors. How we do my own here. Now we see your man. I am from the Kakra. I see no one
Enti senya e bi kan fat occupy Ghana for so di o manu atum ada say oba resign boko anoma panyinyi ne di.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah.
Because we did this in our report, I must say, I'm going to say, causing financial loss in the country. At 921 Public Financial Management Act. Say, we sign the agreement that it would need to meet the sign here. Yes, and Tom Rani, to on here, you make a man can make the minute in for call. Then we I'm not a grad yet. I think Parliament contempt a benefit, and then I only the other head of that will be glad in the number. Maybe it's for now, no Parliament now. Petition.
Okay. I see. All right. You better see. Minim how soon a bear ready. Na more person more assign us. You better who they will. Okay.
It can take up to 2 because after now we are trying to get the official copies of the.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's Martin. Yamisha Panope. Martin Kwebu. Mrenim ni anope need 100.9. Ghana Montie so no was your way. Huh. Abrabo mi de bankata ne komo ne kwenkwen ni yankinkan bi.
Ayo. Abusuafo de bankata the new crusading guide the enim na metine. What the kwakwa ma menu fo ni abeto anem say ya. Enan de unexpect ya shane ne yebru. Eni ne suit ni nyina ma ate kama. Ena wode ade bi ato no kom te say fore. Wo ko meeting ani ade ato kom no. Na asam ne yetiawa. Occupy Ghana. En wo mo ka tira ban. Sa na dawroma. Kwatima menu part na wanum say health minister aguna nimu ase obi a waso wade mra beye tuma pa no watumi tiatia mra so say na wada so ti baby a wate enti occupy Ghana ka kira aban say health minister kwatima menu onkopa baby ma no ntina say papa no wabre de nipa betumi aya no waye wadi owura Alan Kojo Chiramantin John Oye trade minister mfoni abetoa anu ade a Greek minister Dr. Efri Yakoto wano so mfoni abetoa na ya asɛm wɔtɛ so wɔmate regulatory task force bi a wɔn na ɛba abɛhyɛ soya beans yɛ export wɔ ɛde abu ɔman yi mu si ama ho kwan anaasɛ ama ho kwan no sɛ ekue na ɛba abɛhwɛ so na wɔn ayɛ ntotoyɛ kama ɛde ama ɛyɛ soya beans a yɛkra fira aburokyire ɛde ba afei TVET-foɔ na wɔn tɛ so o aban ayɛ adeɛ wɔn hyɛ infrastructure paa aban ɛde amu wɔn afa ne technical vocation ho a ɛhyɛ ani nti wɔn bɔ aban no aba so ɛwɔ the new crusading guide the democrat no anim afei daily guide Bernard Alotejo kɔsɛda hanom sɛ yɛ a wɔabɔ ne tiri ho sɛnsɛnsɛnsɛnsɛn na Alotejo kɔs no wɔtena sɛ some time ago NDC amanyɔkuo kaa sɛ papa Kufuor akɔgye bribe bi a ɛyɛ $5 million Alotejo kɔs kyɛ sɛ wɔn bu antoro na wɔn taayɛ wɔn ankasa na tena ase ɛnyini sɛ yɛntwa ntoro mfa nto Kufuor so akɔgye $5 million bribe ɛna mpa wɔn yɛ a ɛyɛ pampani na deda nkɔ Kufuor do ɛwɔ Bunu East na wɔdu wɔnom no wɔta sɛ Bunu East foɔ MPP titiriw n'ani ngye kura wɔn mɔden bɔ a wɔn bɔ yɛ a nkonnwa mmienu ɛna firi wɔn nsa ɛwɔ Bunu East nti pampani du wɔ no wɔka kyerɛ Bunu East MPP amanyɔkuo nkura bata sɛ to be frank where deɛ wɔngyina wɔn anim no wɔntwa ntorɔ n'ani ngye wɔn ho koraa ɛmɔden bɔ a wɔn bɔ yɛ afei plaintiff ɛna wɔn bɔ nsɛm mama mpanin na deda nkɔ Kufuor do sɛ wɔatumi aboa mu wɔn anya start factory ɛso wɔn ani tɔmboadu ɛna wɔte sɛ interventions yɛyɛ social interventions yɛ MPP aban di aba no aban bi ani wɔn mu a wɔayɛ saa nneɛma no bi afei daily statement mu nso nie ɛnra siasi bus stop wɔ siasi yɛ bus stop wɔ no mu a ɛna anwurɔbɛsi bi ɛte hɔ wɔn te bus stop wɔ ɛna mmienu nso ɛdi nipa no ntɛntɛ owura bi a wakɔyi ne sika ɛwɔ bank bi a wɔ airport a wɔde ba abɛsi akɔyɛ n'adwuma ɛna nipa yi di ne ntɛntɛn kakra nkra akɔwurɔbo no saa apolisifoɔ di nkanhu dada enti wɔn do siasi bus stop wɔ pɛ ɛna tututuo esun wɔ hɔ anwurɔbɛsi ne sutu apolisifoɔ na apolisifoɔ tɛtɛ what wobɛtumi yɛ enti apolisifoɔ bɔ nipa mmiɛnsa tuo ɛma baako a wɔka wɔn so wɔn te no ɛne ɛbɛpɛ obi mpɛ ni mɛhwɛ ɛyi bus stop hɔ cars no ebi tane heta skata nanso apolisifoɔ etumi ati nipa yi
Alright, saa asɛm yi a wokan hwɛ phone so na statement a police for no a wɔn de aba abɛto dwa from public affairs directorate now story no ana nsɛm a wɔn ka ba yɛ saa asɛm yi anakwabna kinkan CCI police shoot 3 armed robbers and arrest 2 others in Accra. This is the police release. Now it says 1, 3 notorious armed robbers, Akika, Christian, Roberts, Al Hassan and Al Haji, who have been on the police wanted list, have been shot dead by the police in a shootout at Opebia near airport, with 2 other accomplices arrested today, 9th August 2021. So it was yesterday, 9th, and today is 10th. 2, intelligence available to the police indicates that the gang planned to attack and rob a businessman who was to withdraw money from a bank around airport. The police laid surveillance on the robbers and when they showed up, closed in on them. Suspect Akika Christian Robert, who was armed with a Taurus foreign pistol, shot and wounded a police officer in a shootout but succumbed to police firing power. 4, 2 suspects, namely Abdul Latif, 47, and Prosper Koku, 27, who were suspected to be part of the gang, were arrested and are currently in police custody, assisting in investigation. 5, the police officer who sustained gunshots in the right leg is in stable condition and currently receiving medical attention, while the 3 dead bodies are deposited at the police hospital morgue awaiting autopsy. 6. Police have retrieved one Taurus foreign pistol loaded with 27 rounds of ammunition. 7. The police want to assure Ghanaians that they are determined to get rid of street, residential, and highway robberies throughout the country, and anyone who steps in the way of the police will not be spared. No ani. Kwesi Ofori, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Acting Director General, Public Affairs, no can say.
Abusuafo de Kwesi kan ye ne yetiawa. Aposifo de krate pia bonte a womu tira se, womu bo an robbers miensatuo, womu ti mienu kan ho wonkran ha. Na nsem ni nie. What I say? Notorious and Roberts, that and Roberts here. Womu near Tepa, Akika Christian Robert, Alasan, Anna Alaji, Anna Womu, Sandy Pami and Sakura, the police wanted list so da womu to Womu, Wamo Buomu Tio, Ewo Ope be a bay airport. Na sa accomplice ya Andrea, Anna 70 ye, Tiawa, intelligence Womu Peke Yatra say. Now we plan say obi a wakwa corridor sika wa bank bi wa airport. We mo kwa bono krono. And am so mo di wo mo ntenten kakra nkra metututu okoso a aposifo no tumi overpower wo mo bo nipa miensa tua mienu enso ewo mo akate a wo mo ne wo mo yansesemu. Na no na Kwesi ka say tuo mo di ne atua boba no. 27 rounds of ammunition. Kwesi Fori na nsa secretary.
Oka ACP Kwesi Fori die ensa kano sisi ya Acting Director General Public Affairs. ACP adase mo akwa baba ni TFM so anope. Right, so krata ni ncheche mu amode men minim se bia any update bia ba be ka ho enra na esi wo hyiashi a motimi am robesi enka ni omo kwa akodi dwirimu ampese omkodi ni boni ompese omkodi a mochi omo a bia femu ahwere omkon update bi na mbatimi dia kan bia mo nsa kan fa ye so far ni amde atudwe oh eni no we chiri kakra mami hello
yeah me pa na say pieces of information bia ye bia be adwuma na won a cancer deadly criminal gang no bachi woni nyina na emra no won edi ne se ne yiti pata na se ne ane yisi kan gang no ye yi gang members na di boni bebre won kra ha e woni pa kunku kaje woni very serious robberies. They've been on the police wanted list. They don't want to Kwesi say on koye bia police for watch one to one say I wanted to be a copa say yansa dane won wachi.
Hey, chese omo ni mu di isi eni omo ma sha se tutu.
Emma police ni ba kokra pra 109.
Oh.
Mani pra ba 109. But very grave. Then Dr. Shannon,
okay. There are the
and say a Bakoswa, Bonia, who's a street robbery. Moto for now, a bokrono, quajin of Wista, a year attacking Crawford, Quahona, a boys, a rovers, a police patrol team. Nina, a crowd, say Yabako, Etiana to Susta. See a Bakoswa, a Juma, na ye reduce crime to the barest minimum.
Nya okay dia na me kind krate ya onsa shase ya mode tu dwase ne uchirechi mu me hwe the 7th point no ana bulletin am say we dia nya dia ACP omo kan omo dia age fans. The police want to assure Ghanaians that they are determined to get rid of street, residential and highway robberies throughout the country. We no an hwe no beka say na say we dia teneda ni amu kan ana sisi ade mo say yes Ghana for my ready.
Yeah, ready. The new police administration, they are all be to coins. Now, Yatwa near Yedikaya, so now Yatumpong, near police who firm control in all communities across the country. Now, Yashe, that's I come for money.
May I sure say, Omwa Monsaka, mu to Omano. And now modi omo kokot and notice saying
options now what kind in
No, okay. And so far, no, we see the 2 suspects na monsa come na manye bi account.
And so far, no, you will see a you will see a na you be update at the right time.
Okay. Na before abekoi enkoko police by nso a no nso dia na obetimi aka fa any update bia mpatwe no akwa akosi sen because nia ntia nya ne kire se number bia so wo mo frɛ ye kosi oti region ho no mo saying brantie bia so wo se car waje ene ne ka ho mpatwe eno ho asem any update
You actually the technical team now at the appropriate time. And you're on the mind for public information.
Okay, all right. You better say and pay near jail na wakwa wejuma akaso nyamisha papa ACP. ACP KWASI for Assistant Commissioner of Police, that's Acting Director General Public Affairs. And pay asemwa na kwabena broso e wodai de bokrata back wenim about nra asembonia nanka armed robbers you omo yesen come the be diga nanka sabre nka won say news ni say armed robbers robbed someone with 30 million Ghana cedis. He went to draw at the bank and this but unfortunately this armed robbers 3 has been shot. That's the news now. So 3 armed robbers they've been shot dead and on machimi no so it's a different story altogether. Nka we say kofo yom koshi as a bullion van ni sa nyama. Nka no say it should have been like the same thing. Like 3 armed robbers who were planning to rob bullion van has been shot dead. That's all. So everyone shot dead. All of them will shoot them dead.
NEAT 100.9
Ghana muntie na mansanya so adawro Kofi man homene so ejiji tonton sansan e wo NEAT 100.9 FM.
Before I proceed to tackle the terms of reference to the Speaker, let me put on record that at the committee level, no evidence of government-to-government transaction by the Republic of Ghana was provided. The Speaker, again, the minister responsible for health clearly admitted that he never contacted the government of Russia before signing this agreement. Mr. Speaker, take note that, Mr. Speaker, the issue under consideration is the procurement of Sputnik 5. And Mr. Speaker, Sputnik 5 is manufactured in Russia. So if there's going to be any government-to-government transaction before the procurement, Russia must be included. Mr. Speaker, the fact on the table was that the minister never engaged Russia before signing this contract. Mr. Speaker, it was clearly submitted to the committee that the minister wrote to Russia after he has signed the agreement, and clearly an afterthought. Mr. Speaker, the agreement between Al Maktoum and Republic of Ghana was signed on the 9th of March. Mr. Speaker, Ghana expressed interest of buying the vessel on the 28th of April. Mr. Speaker, this is an exhibit that was provided to the committee, and it is labeled Exhibit MOH11. Mr. Speaker, one of the terms of reference is to whether or not the transaction under consideration was of international nature, and if it was of international nature, if Article 5 was fulfilled. Mr. Speaker, looking at the nature and the address of the private office of Al Maktoum, clearly it is not a Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, and therefore any transaction between the private office of Al Maktoum and Republic of Ghana is of international nature. Fact. Mr. Speaker, the minister ought to have come to Parliament for prior approval. The Speaker, the minister admitted that it's of international nature and it didn't come to Parliament. Mr. Speaker, the interesting aspect of it is that we requested to know whether or not the minister sought the advice of the AG. The Speaker, he provided Exhibit MOH 9. Mr. Speaker, the minister wrote to the Attorney General after he has executed the contract. Mr. Speaker, and the Attorney General wrote to the minister responsible for health on the 12th of April. Mr. Speaker, whatever is provided here had no effect on the execution of the contract. Mr. Speaker, now general comments. Listen to what the Attorney General said, their own government. Listen, Mr. Speaker, general comment 1. We observe that the agreement has been executed between the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Health and the private office of Al Maktoum, a member of the ruling family of Dubai, United Arab Emirates, therefore subject to provision 1815 of the 1922 Constitution. In view of this, parliamentary approval is required to ensure validity of the agreement. Read this report. It's not me saying it. Mr. Speaker, after the contract had been signed, Mr. Speaker, we were also to ascertain whether the procurement process was followed and the propriety of sale. Mr. Speaker, the only provision that gives the minister the opportunity to do sole sourcing in the Public Procurement Act is section 41 and 42. The Speaker, 41 requires the minister to seek the approval of the prior approval of the board of PPA, and he must come with public notification. The Speaker, it will interest you to know that the minister ignored the Public Procurement Authority before, during the execution of the contract. Mr. Speaker, the minister then, after the execution of the contract, wrote to the PPA to ratify the contract. And PPA in turn wrote back and said that they were not going to ratify, but they were going to investigate the minister why he didn't involve them and the circumstances leading to such execution of the contract. The Speaker, as I speak to you now, the said contract has not been ratified. The Speaker, the contract has not been ratified. And therefore, the procurement law of this country has clearly been breached. And that's a statement of fact. Mr. Speaker, whether the service of a middleman was procured in the transaction, and if so, the propriety of same having regard to the relevant laws. Mr. Speaker, a middleman. Mr. Speaker, if you are not dealing directly with the manufacturer or the government of the manufacturer, anybody in between is a middleman. Mr. Speaker, we didn't deal with the manufacturers of Sputnik 5. We didn't deal with the RDIF, which is the government responsible for the management of Sputnik 5. We dealt with Al Maktoum and SL Global. Clearly, they are middlemen. Mr. Speaker, as if that is not enough, listen to the comment from the Attorney General's Department. Listen. And he says, we also note that the buses are produced or manufactured from Russia, and other countries are procuring directly from the manufacturers. But Ghana has elected to procure it through third party who is not an agent of the manufacturer, as such making him not liable to Ghana and Ghanaians in the likely event of any adverse effect. This is coming from the AG, Mr. Speaker. So this has been established. Mr. Speaker, let's move on. Mr. Speaker, again, justification of the cost. Whether we have value for money, $19 per dose. The Speaker, we drew the minister's attention to the fact that the manufacturer has indicated that a dose of Sputnik 5 should not be bought in the international market for more than $10. Mr. Speaker, interestingly, the minister told the committee that not until he met Al Maktoum, he didn't even know that RDF was responsible for the sales of Sputnik 5. What kind of due diligence did the minister do before entering into the contract? It clearly indicates that the minister knew very little about this debacle. Mr. Speaker, again, you will realize that between $10 to $19, there's a mark of about 90% increment. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, we put it to the minister whether he saw nothing wrong with that price. Mr. Speaker, the minister admitted that yes, he was worried and that the price was high, but under the circumstances, that was the only option available to him. So clearly, the minister admitted that there was everything wrong with the price and there was no value for money. Mr. Speaker, whether any consideration had passed from the government of the Republic of Ghana to the middleman, the supplier, or any other person in respect of the transaction. This is a very interesting paragraph. Mr. Speaker, the minister, before the committee, indicated to us that as far as he is concerned, no payment has been made to the supplier. Mr. Speaker, we wrote to the Ministry of Finance, and the indication was that they had paid 50% of the total value of the LC, which amounted to more than 16 million Ghana cedis to the supplier in advance. Mr. Speaker, before the committee, we all realized that yes, the contract didn't come to Parliament. There were questions about procurement procedure. So I asked myself, under what circumstances did the minister responsible for finance make this payment? So any minister gets up and goes to the Minister of Finance and say, I've engaged in some contracts, so pay. Then the Minister of Finance also goes ahead to do payment. Mr. Speaker, this is very, very worrying. Mr. Speaker, again, whether the Minister for Health misled Parliament during the consideration of the transaction for procurement of the vaccine. Mr. Speaker, the Minister appeared before Parliamentary Select Committee on Health to defend a budget for procurement and deployment for vaccines. The Minister, Mr. Speaker, he appeared on the 22nd and 23rd of March. Before coming to the committee, he had already signed that contract on the 9th and the 16th. Mr. Speaker, the minister never mentioned these two contracts at the committee. Again, he made a specific statement and provided documents to that effect that he was not going to buy a dose of vaccine more than $10. Mr. Speaker, at the committee, we gave back to him his own documents, whether or not he was familiar with those documents. Mr. Speaker, he admitted that those documents came from him. Mr. Speaker, I think that he could have taken the advantage to brief the House, and he didn't do so. Mr. Speaker, another very interesting scenario was that the motion was debated on the 8th of July. The committee was constituted on the 9th of July. The minister was appearing on the 15th of July. Then he brought a letter dated 14th of July that Al-Maktoum has withdrawn from the contract. Quite very close. Mr. Speaker, now all the developments were pointing to the fact that the actions and inactions of the minister were all an afterthought. Because number one, Mr. Speaker, he signed the agreement or the contract before the AG's advice. He signed the agreement before even writing to the PPA. The Speaker, again, I think that he also mentioned the fact that he relied on the executive instrument 64 and 65. The Speaker, I have gone through the executive instrument 64 and 65. There is no provision in that particular document that says that when the minister is dealing with, international transaction, he should sidestep Parliament or should breach the Public Procurement Act. Nowhere. Mr. Speaker, on all the terms of reference, I think that the minister was in complete violation of all the issues we were looking into. At this point, I thank you very much for the opportunity.
Ghana Muntie, na mansanya so. Adawro Kofi Aman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo NEET 100.9 FM.
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie.
All this and papa, Cassia Bo, Kowaka Tamunsa, Amaya Sa, Cassia Boye,
Onye Yimu, no Cretrodo, Kagame Kamadinibo,
Nita Fair,
Mayentie, Kosia Waji 100.9.
Well, so Rashebe Junior Jama Jabo, so ad hoc committee on Montreal Parliament now on the Sputnik V vaccine agreement ayeni Sheikh Ahmed Dalmok Al Maktoum eko sign ye na what church say mo honum say in fact the tie mu an say wo mo say minister no wafom wanye enyama yie kwan fa so e sign sa contract na ye guso aye di nkomo ya krata bia yensa can be circulating the mainstream media online portal social media and in the account if the private office of HH Sheikh Ahmed Dalmok Al Maktoum, well, date 5th August 2021, reference number ADM/LT/GHA/00/21/107. Now to the Honorable Minister for Health, Ministry of Health, Government of Ghana. In fact, there is a stamp that's on the paper. It says Office of the Minister received 9th August 2021. Ministry Accra, Ministry of Health. Now, subject refund to the Government of Ghana of the balance of payment for Sputnik V vaccine. Dear Honorable Minister, we acknowledge receipt of your letter, reference number MOH/OM/LU/7/21, dated 2nd of August 2021, with a formal request to refund the remaining amount of the non-supplied doses from the 50% advance transferred to our accounts. As per our records, we have received the following. Enti on my table, total amount for 300,000 doses. 50% advance received through letter of credit, not drawn. $2,850,000. So the total amount of 300,000 doses was $5,700,000. Says 50% advance received in our account, $2,850,000. Minus amount for 20,000 doses supplied, $380,000. Balance amount to be refunded to Government of Ghana, $2,470,000. We hereby request to kindly acknowledge and confirm the above mentioned amounts to be refunded, further to which we shall initiate the refund process to your bank account. Please share with us the bank details where the refund needs to be processed. Thank you. Yours sincerely, HH Sheikh Ahmed Dalmok Al Maktoum, member of the Royal Family of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Copied, Honorable Minister of Finance, Deputy Minister of Health, and Chief Director, MOH. Nyakani na ye Arab kasa no de mentumi kan. Enti kwabra cheche nsem no mai ya.
Na ai sakrate ya kwasi kan ye. Usa no so no wanom a mensani mfa so de wo de Arab kasa ne na akire. Na mensa benkum so de private office ya HH Sheikh Ahmed Dalmok Al Maktoum. Ne krata na epia bontin. Na yanyano a wode ema Honorable Minister for Health, Minister of Health, Government of Ghana, also the amuomu. Was say, infamo balance no emamo, efano Sputnik V vaccine no. I enie. Dear honorable minister, mensaka receipt ya letter wutra ba ya. Wade reference number ne kan ho. Wutra no August de tosumienu. Ya na we say usika nan kaye. Memfa wade emre o. Aya 50% advance no. Men transfer wade emfa mre o. Na records wa me wa ha no enie wada urumeti ni ye. Sika yansa kan ye. Efa no 300,000 doses no ho no. Na aya 5,700,000 US dollars. Ena ni nyina na be kwa akosie. Na 50% advance ya wo mu receive ye. Through wo mu letter no a wo ka no. Was here a 50% advance receive through letter of credit, not draw. A draw no amuka and nyasa anete. A letter of credit. Na numpo no aya $2,850,000. Ana woman saka advance as ye tia no kane na aya 50%. Aya $2,850,000. Ano and woman tia enti balance yom betia frim minus amount ye drodudu a woman to me answer pry no. Na ya 20,000 doses and woman to me answer pry enti. Ano okwati free mu a ebaya 380,000 US dollars. Enti balance the amount to assess wo mo refund ama aban no. Aya 2,470,000 US dollars. Enti ya fa kwanya so akatra wo say wo krata na wo tra no yansaka that amount no a wo ka no so ya ba refund ade amount kama ya mugusu ya processing but yasra wo say bank kura wo pese ya disika no atum no da won saka krata ya tra bra ye na yenya process ni yan transfer wo sika antum ma wo ya da wase your sincerity His Excellency Sheikh Ahmad Maktoum ono na waya member eya royal family wa Dubai United Arab Emirates and wade krata ni biama Minister of Finance the biama Deputy Minister of Health and wasan ture biama Chief Director Minister of Health ya asian kaya ne de eya Arab kasa no mu ature de guru ho no mu a office no kra esuru anensa ka sa krate 9th August
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie.
All this and papa, Cassia Bo, Kowaka Tamunsa, Amaya Sa, Cassia Waye,
Onye Yimu, no Cretrodo, Kagame Kamadinibo,
Nita Fair,
Mayentie. KWASI ABOAGYE 100.9.
KWASI Bonkwe.
Fighter Kweku Boakye was say Ghana police well done for overpowering the 3 suspected armed robbers in a gun fest. Our citizens, let us all be vigilant. More action. And to this one, that says very painful when well-learned and senior ministers under J.A. Kufuor's government with experience also messing up and disgracing Nana Bawumia government. The NPP, Honorable Ajman Menu, please. Your resignation is extremely eminent. That is Kwejo Edu Pako, President Concerned Patriot of Facebook, and not the other by Mukala Jonas Adia from Keri says, if we really want to appreciate really and reality and fact, we can equally understand Dr. Bawumia's logic. Yes, times are hard, but if NDC were to be in power, Mahama would have sneaked to IMF for yet another policy credibility due to their unstoppable incompetence. That's one here from Mukala Jonas Adia from Keri. Sorry. Right. Sule Wusunyani KTK, His Excellency President Kufuor's led MPP government focus of revamping the private sector for economic growth placed him in a better position than many of his predecessors with regards to the transformation of the economy and driving progress. Sule Sunyani, the buy. Opare Wasum. He says, I salute Ghana Police Service about what they did yesterday for Ghanaians. God bless them, especially Superintendent Alexander Obing. That's Operation no dear no fee and no de buy. In fact, Dr. Bamia Pa dear. How can he say this their mismanagement economy is better than that of the NDC regime? I think it needs to be all right. Meshak Asante from Abuso Kain no dear no buy. Ablade wo Efie Kumazongo Takrade says Sputnik V vaccine saga. The health minister cannot be forgiven. He must be a scapegoat. His mistake is unpardonable. Everything we want to steal, even at the serious times, and serious times like this, people still want to steal. Ablade Efie Kuma another fee another buy.
Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie.
Ghana Muntie. Na mansanya so. Adawroko fiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
Yanko enimi anto so kwabra da bankrata no.
Abusuafo da bankrata the leaders party krata fa tosumi na mitire. Wadi aba no wata samra sebedafie ana deputy majority leader Alexander Fenyoma Kensi awasaya mra sebetani ama adese we futu. Wo wura parliament one wo hunu James Dati KWASI ya na kane wa ya mra sebetani ma adese wa ase north. Enti wo wura ma wanu so wuram ana Fenyoma Kensi bisa nze ha awa abade yo abapa abade wa ha ana James KWASI kata Alexander Fenyoma Kensi
Alright.
Of KWASI
Enidium amen komra. Na waba abeto aso amai na yenya se Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council edin hihye bi aba. COVID ya abe wamodi nyama bi de egu akwemu na no ne pese ye ginchichemu. Protocols no yemu bebre wo ye enkramantem ha yendi so enti Regional Coordinating Council din hihye aba. Dr. Charity Sapon Greater Accra Regional Director of Health ye no ni nkomo. Doc da se mu akwa baba ni TFM so.
I tell me the most.
Doc so yenya ni tie se the Regional Coordinating Council din hihye bi aba. Ebema protocols na yemu biye nisu yebetimi edisu na wuna wudi animu a adwuma mu ba bebo modin ahwe ni ne ka ho enhihye no ne empenfo die gu akwan mu ene sempa efa COVID hu
Pacho again say fofo every time ba COVID dey buy no and she say ya ewiase na enyi agi atu nfe no na bebo ye ho ban ama ye tu yare no so ene say ye be hwe ye ho so ye ni abo ye ho ban ye ntimi anhobe ye fa so bi home ana bibi business money bi won ho a ntimi ankofo ho enti say da ho ne say enka wo pue na wo kọ abonten be dwemu anka wo be hwe wo nose mask akata wo hne ne wa no fefefe ave so yes say yet nasia and say what you call shame one can see enjoy and shame you but I was say but akwampa yet na entity mu so which train on fire and isn't ka won fa e ka de or tna won chain no ho and I see the jai achi a hagen na face ya ba ho yen sa dan nyinara ye de samna ni insuo the who yen sa se bi ni ho ye de hand sanitizer be ye that's yen say na we ye say ya fitimra COVID ba ye dia tu dem say emra ando bra se kakra no kofo pi jai science say tu mu na ni ye ndi so but say no say ni e fi ko ni nyina hu say I say numbers no sa ko so papa that it through Greater Accra region enya ni mo kese enti Regional Coordinating Council ni ya apomodin for chefo any all stakeholders ye meeting ni say ni be ma law enforcement agencies no yes spot checks I'm sure say obia be no so if you say what wo bo wo buy na wo bo we busia so ho buy na wo so a woni na ti ho no buy that say you betimi career asekura every or mine. That you bet me na so see a bit anxious and so. If you are not idea, but say 15 there will be spot checks, law enforcement agencies. No, only in a car boom. If you bet me call schools, you bet me call marketplaces, workplaces. Here, I shall say, I'm passing. And she say, oh dear, this one now regional coordinating council, so I'm a law enforcement agencies. No, the mandate say, what way to know? They can even prosecute you. And I say a bet you and I say a bet you am spot fine. Name mom, me to cry me say, and can you know I am this so. You are your whole brain. The entry array COVID-19 in free. Yes, so.
Nti mi ka say mashe sa sport fine sport checks ni sa die masha se on
so no yeah law enforcement agencies no yeah ye be boa na ye ni o ma ye eti ya sha say mun say Greater Accra region there were 29 districts. So all the districts have activated public health emergency management committees. No, the law enforcement agencies car bomu. It's a bit near construction schools. It's a nobody has check Accra. You better schools, you better workplaces. Now say so be grandpa. Law enforcement agencies making a car say quite trotro. I'm making sure so be out to nose mask. But Miss let us be one another's keeper to protect ourselves and to protect all other persons in the region.
Me Mr. Doc, minim se as part of a yes protocol see BBT say be a Veronica buckets I see DCC be a public places will be ko baby Nancy yes so protocol see agugumu bi amfa yemfa nye adwuman ade ani sisi honum say nsu be hwe na nsu okra nim ne ne ka ho eno nso no part of niam no bi a mo be hwe mo be check senator
the picture no so ka ho pa ampa de wo ka na ampa emra covid no sha say 2020 na ka akọ ba bia ejom nyina wura mu hu sa Veronica bucket nsuo wo mu fine na sam na but say de mekai na emra ya rene ye to say ebro no hwase ne egugu ni nyina mu but say we nyina ka normal ye be hwe no el call round na nya say ye hu Veronica bucket ani ye twa ye ni ye be buo mu ahwe nsuo wo mu samna ben nsi ho a wo mu de hohoro ye nfa na say paper towel say den wo mu hohoro mu say ye wo de be paper o mu nsa we nyina ye normal ye be hwe na we say advice I say to say a year no more shouldn't last more than 2 hours. If you when there will be spot checks. You better to ensure say obi e disa emra no so.
Eno na mo say ya ye ndi so no. Emra ne ye bedi ye betimi acho ye do be kokod ne afine oni ne ka ho.
Pachane.
And yet the tiefu amutie se mwatima so but obi nso a woti obeka say na sadie we wante se ebia Ghana mantem ahodo no mo ye bibisa hadenti na nkranko ade hyehyɛ na mo afa ade di atom ho so na de ene de momo ya ho ntoyen obi a okasa dog de na be ka kire no
aka che di pakọ se di kan all the regions obi ani abre yefa na mom yare no ba no Greater Accra region ye hu we are a hot spot we say yare no kura mpo na we say nipa dodo enya sa yare more than 60% every Greater Accra region. It is a ye to me di mano so e boy ho ban I say ye betimi aboa ama yare no abrase nya kra ye true. That's it. Intina ye ni abrane is because we bear the greatest burden of the COVID-19 disease.
Okay. Well, finally the end of chat by way of a futu mo tie na sadie obi hu nkwankwa kire no because ye ba be chill ye ba be final dia na be ka kire tiefo
e pa che den ka be ka say tiefo ne say en ke ni sen ka we kire basa me person me ka kire tiefo say Enye Ghana nko. We say na nyina ye nhwehwemu. Ehu say saa measures ya ye di ato hoi. Eno na betimi aboa ye nyina. Ane ye di abo ye ho ban. Ni ye di yare iso nkunim. Enti fa me frɛ Ghana fo nyina. Ni ma krampo say ye bechi obi. Yan kasa. Yen taking responsibility for ourselves. Na yen comply. I to say we are no about hospital. Na me ma we dro no amfa. Wo be de no anya hoden. Ama wetimi akoye adwuma e wo se wo ye. Saa na ye so apomodin fo no kankanya no kra nke ye nta e kire. Ya ye hwehwemu ye se ye no kre. Nti obia willingly ye nyina ye mbom ye ntu COVID-19 so then we make us me da obia so ase if you say senya yare man ho so nyame adom ka ye hu say the esi amama baby a ke nim baby a se kranka ye dru eti ye da mo ase but embo akama no ho so ti ye sa and call back near observing all the safety protocol then jira ho ma obi be chew wo de ye na bo ho bai bo wabusia ho bai for all mine who you are so by that will be
okay, that's Papa Nyamisha. Dr. Charity Sapon, a Great Accra Regional Director of Health, and a pay when she say Mudi go aquemu. It is for fancy you, one cramantem no nose mask no. I'm sure I'm chua now she be anam krumwa. Putnam trotty nini a kanwa, met me now. Men ye down home concochro. Yo, catch you be. Na sisi a opia one fe nose mask ni bi na on fam one ho ban moi Veronica back as sisi a like decorative piece they say you want say I say mo de decorative one ma keke hwini ni nyina aka ho bi wo mo ba beche mo muntu yeah
Ghana Montie Ghana Montie Ghana Montie Ghana Montie
all the sampa Kasia bo Kowaka Temunsa Amaya se Kasia Waye
Onye yimu Nukretrodo Kagile men kamadile bo
Nita fe
Muma yentie Kasia Waje 100.9
Kwesi Monkwe
Kama
Ayo
Twaswe
Abusuafo Alexander Fenyaman Kinsinehu James Tati KWASI wa parliament. Enu obisa na we pabado ha. Enu ono so se no pabado parliament no oye no nko ade a. Enu o se ha. Ada sambaba pa. Na wala hwehwa wa ha. Ipa akote you there. Wanu wankwatu abafu fada won nam ha. Se Ada sambaba ana James kweti kwanze so no onkasa no enti opa no wa okọ no asa awokọ afutu na mezo ma da se nkete na baya mepa ono kwani nwanyim awokọ ana wotifa no so awokọ ye na afanya ma kan setre se ade a wowura na ye no eye very serious eye dangerous pa ya se kwatu na wobu na nimtia na de ye ne yakura ne se minority for te ho oba no wabetenam no wamatena wa tu no wate ho oba no wabetena ho no wamatena wa tu no wate ho enti kwatu pa na James Kwati KWASI wode nanim titiri fam no on de onkoso anu wanye afanya ma kensita se asama ebobba ba no so no se wanim anko akopa dade atabi ade asaniti na krata fa toso edu baako enu wode wowura kwaku anyi doho infani abetoa enu watra se obekọ court na court obekọ no ndc amanyoku enu wo mutira krata se wo ma suspend kwaku anyi doho na kwaku anyi doho nso tese wante ne ho ase enya se ene suspend nipa ne sa wonti obetu anamon na ode asam no akwadan court a the bureaucrat daily dispatch edi abaha na kratafa su duba ko amampani na na de dan kwa kufuado ade na probo ewo bunu is written na ebra wokodu ye no ene wotra se MPP amanyokuo ma ewo bunu East region. Woma ya adeɛ ma na yɛ ne ya paa. Ɛne deɛ wanka no wɔboa. Ɛbra ya baba to aba no. Na nkonwa ekura wɔ mu no wɔdɔɔso. Kyɛn NDC foɔ deɛ. Afei yɛkɔto abawie ya. Ɛbono East. NDC amanyokuo no abɛgye nkonwa no dodoɔ atɛn MPP nkonwa no a na ɛwɔ hɔ no. Na mampani se asɛm no anyɛ ne ya no wɔboa. Ɛyɛ ne ya papa nti MPP amanyokuo ma wɔn bono East paa deɛ. Wɔdi wɔn ho yaw. Na wɔn wɔn so wɔn bɛbreki 8 no. Ye breki 8 no. Ɛno ne saa mɔden boy.
Okay.
Ɔfa kwesi wɔ se ɛyɛ ne ya.
Mami nkwa ahoma no so ɛyɛ ne Michael Owusu efriye. Na dodo na munim no sɛ teacher Kwadwo. Ɛna ɛfrɛ no. Na teacher Kwadwo yɛ teacher ni ankasa. Na ni ayakenkan sɛ Ghana Education Service for wɔn ato wɔn nsa afrɛ no a obroni kan sɛmon wɔn asɛmon ne no a yɛsi for professional misconduct. Na yɛpɛsi agye nkyɛkyɛm teacher Kwadwo ate sɛn
ɔpɛni adom a na sɛ
yɛgosu nkakra so ni akenkan ne yɛpɛsi agye nkyɛkyɛm sɛ Ghana Education Service why bibi a yɛtie so wɔn se professional misconduct sɛ saa na tia enkyirikyɛmu ne sɛn abetim di amatie for
pɛni me da no pɛn so de metie tie fo nyina no kwasam enye GS na afrɛ ne ɛyɛ me district office for the district education office for no ɛna ato afrɛ me na letter ɔmo de ba yɛ na ma twɛ wu sɛ almost ceremony made before the discipline committee due to alleged professional misconduct. It is alleged misconduct to cross the minimum and who idea and then almost about 11 o'clock and I be here. Then you are not penny is no better me misconduct to cross. It is not the environment to me walk a crime no.
Enti senior be a name Accra from District Education Directorate now to Safro. Oh, okay. Enti senior we chire mu dia woni ma dia potin a waye. Is it because Nancy and who see as you post to a laptop be as ye jato mobi so be upload bibio so download bibio no who asem na
na they can say the minimum mutim for asem o mo chro salete no because maybe be able no abi who say there no na ye no wa kakra because we say at least the who ceremony will be before discipline committee and expect ne boni nti a wo frɛ no. But man say and I must say member and one funny thing about the letter is I must say alleged, which means that mona mun say ni fact. And the bana me ba no say a laptop na them say a laptop na them the opening among one a bit to me actually.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. Me who kratan we have invitation to appear before disciplinary committee. You are invited to appear before the Accra District Education Disciplinary Committee for alleged professional misconduct. Date Tuesday, 10th August 2021. Time 11 a.m. Venue Accra District Assembly Hall. Thank you. So let away the mouth. Personal meboa.
Never trust your penny.
Just idea a dab on things. I don't know share idea na a dab on things. I
open me and I made the best to say will be a heavy. It's a fact, cry woman, and now say, baby, I know, open it. One said then, Nim near me, yet to Chenik. Who knows that dance district, maybe dance, and near my will come on the Mayama was Kuno, and soon Buyi. And so penny be any office one of be seen there. I did make a almost bad 3 years, 4 years. Penny be any waiting every office won't put the Akatanta brand more. Why are they? Only in Abbas Mobile who near mammy, yellow room home in I away. And so me name that your mother pass idea. Now, men pepper, it didn't say me another to that. But meaning pepper say, a intimidation here, who are moving the teacher for no. Looking at open summer yet. Okay, was Anna, no more boom. It's the cost for her. We didn't the all no.
Teacher could you ahumano?
My back will be almost to the room with teacher for no. ebi ɛna ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo de me fa so na awurawu sɛ na ɔmo sɛ lɛtɛ na ɔmo de brɛ me no ɛnyɛ nkontompo ɛne nabrabasɛm a ɔmo hyɛ meeting na so na ɔmo frɛ yɛ nat rep ɔsɛ me yɛ nat member eti ɔmo frɛ nat rep baako ma ne bɛgyina mu na nat rep ne bɛgyina mu no ɔmo print almost 35 pages booklet ama no a indicate me bɔne ama yɛ masotweɛ ama ɛno na ɔmo sɛti wɔ mu sɛ ɔmo bɛ block me salary afei nso so the number of days a mebɛkyerɛ ade a matu school mu sɛ metrɔ letter bae sɛ mantwerɛ letter ɛno nso so na refund sika nyinaa brɛ ɔmo na menim sɛ mɛyɛ momo sika na ama ɔmo o sɛ mɛde ɛnti nneɛma deɛ ɔmatwerɛ pii ɛkɔfa me social media post a meyɛ wo nyinaa koraa de ɛbam ɛna natrep ne kaa sɛ ɛno deɛ ntɔ aso mu ɛnti me no kɔdware ɛyɛ adwenbɔne so ɛna ɔmo de ayɛ na mebisa sɛ adɛn na ɔmo tumi compile saa nneɛma wei nyinaa de maa natrep no na afei official letter ɔmo de invite me deɛ ɔmo sɛ tii wɔ mu sɛ ɔmo frɛ me for an alleged professional misconduct they say which is which ɔpɛni eti me minim sɛ ɛyɛ adwenbɔne so na ɔmo de frɛ me ɔmo ni nsɛm bi aka na yɛyɛ nsɛm na ɔbɛtena ɔmo anim a na ɔmo poopoo yɛ gu so nti ɔmo poopoo ɔmo ani na sɛ wɔyɛ mmerɛ na sɛ wɔyɛ ntesewa aha na ɔmo anya wo ɛyɛ ade yɛ kɔ so this is the second time a mekɔ adekyire wɔn afrɛ me wɔn meet sɛ ɔmo wo sɛ wɔnyɛ mmerɛ a ɔmo fa kwan biara so si yɛ bɛ intimidate wo nti na nayi asɛm ɔmo de frɛ me no ɛnyɛ asɛm papa biara ɔmo ni nyinasoɔ papa biara ɛyɛ adwenbɔne so ɛne ahunahuna sɛdeɛ ɔmo ayɛ tikyafoɔ ama ɔmo ayɛ tene na ɔmo yɛ ɔmo bibi obiara ntumi nka no nti ɛyɛ no ɛbi nti na ɔmo frɛ me ɔpanyin
ɛnti wo deɛ ɛnyɛ adeɛ obiara bɛtumi ehunahuna wobɛka nea ofi sɛ ɛda wakoma so
mɛka na ɛno ɛna na meka sɛ adeɛ ɔmo de hunahuna woyɛ yɛbɛ blɔki wo salary ɛna yɛde wobɛkɔ akɔto akura se a light ne biribiara ni na sɛ bitafrakyɛ woyɛ panyin na wode adwumakuo no na school ɛwɔ baabi a ɛsɛ sɛ nipa kɔ na sɛ wodeɛ w'adwum no woareserve akurase school as punishment to obi a sɛbi meɛnyɛ me na wo ha me akora ne na wo ha no me mmerɛkyɛkyɛ no I am just a mediator between you the institution and akora no enti sɛ woka kyerɛ w'adwene no sɛ wode obi kɔto akura bi asama na wakɔkyerɛ na akora ne na ɛbɛbrɛ na ɔkɔ no wankyerɛ adeɛ nya ɛnyɛ akora ne na ɛbrɛ enti ɔpɛni yi ɔmo asɛm biara nso aso mu sɛbi ɛyɛ ahunahuna ɛna ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo de hunahuna meɛ na sɛ ahunahuna ne nso deɛ ɛnya adeɛ bɛyɛ adwuma
okay but kwadwo before wobɛkɔ yi saa laptop yi ho ɛyɛ asɛm yi no ebi sɛ ɛnya nokorɛ na mfuturo na na woto egu amanfo ani so I'm sure say some of the reaction di adeɛ laptop no si deɛ wonyɔnko efifa pa no sanity no ɛno asɛm ne te
ɔpɛni ma mɛda so sɛ wabisa me saa asɛm wei na memfa so nkyerɛ ɔmanfoɔ mu yie ɔpɛni ɔmo ni me bebree na nim sɛ comedy na meyɛ meyi asresɛm enti ɔmo a nipadɔm na efolo me nyinaa nim ade a meyɛ na awerɛho sɛ ɔpɛni baako a ɔwɔ NPP yɛfrɛ no sɛ nii tɛɛkotɛɛgo ɛna ɛne ne nkɔɔfoɔ bɔɔbɔ sɛ adwuma a meyɛ na memekyerɛ ɔmanfoɔ sɛ sukuu na ɛkɔ so wɔ nkuraseɛ ne nyɛ nti aban nyɛ ne yie no ɔmo adwene ne sɛ mimi gu aban n'anim ase nti ɛne ɔmo mfa kwati kwan biara so na ɔmo aba abɔnten na akɔyɛ sɛ metwa ntorɔ nti nneɛma a memeka fa aban sɛ sukuu asɛsɛ wɔ nkuraseɛ no ɛma amanfoɔ ntimi nneɛ yɛ ntorɔ na meka bɛsi laptop yi so laptop no asɛm no yɛ recently laptop a ɔmampani so ɔde brɛ tikyafoɔ na ɔpani ma menkyerɛ mu nkyerɛ amanfoɔ yɛhwɛ laptop no ɔmampani sɛ ɔde ba as TL yɛka sɛ TLM a ɛyɛ teaching and learning material no textbooks ɛka ho textbook ɛnyɛ teachani na ɛtɔ textbook ɛyɛ aban na ɛde ba na woka kyerɛ me sɛ wode TLM wode no laptop ɛma teacherfoɔ sɛ yɛmfa nkyerɛ adeɛ na mmom teacherfoɔ mɛtua 30% of it a ɔpani ɛntɔ so mu sɛbi asesɛm kakra na laptop yi kura teacherfoɔ nya hu yɛ na asɔ mu ntua 30% enti enu mu na blogger bi baa na ɔse amanfoɔ anya access to some of them na ɔma hwehwɛ ma hu sɛ laptop no kura ɛnyɛ laptop suo biara saa enti ɛno ɛna yɛde yɛ asere sɛ mo Facebook sɛ saa ɛnyɛ ɛne nyinaa yɛ asiridie enti yɛ asiridie no ɛna me mekɔfa picture bi a laptop bi a ase ɛna mede bɛto wɔ sɛ ɛne sɛ laptop no nyɛ deɛ ɛne yɛnhwɛ this is the moment a teacher ni bɛyɛ n'adwene sɛ oyi install Windows 10 and a laptop na the better new. And so one follow me in any pay as system. I need to go no fire your way who they know and throttle so no. Or no, I wear say as system yesterday. Then so for fire, I said that 2 foot of a month when you say, I let me present the 2 month when you say, on my penny laptop, not the other, you say teacher for a story and I say, laptop you play young to tell my teacher for. Instead, now, confirm any bread, I tell you, say, it's your own end within 30 seconds. No, I spread the armor, NPP communicators to me about social media. And on your machine, I told my blog, teacher could do a jump draw, teacher could do a jump draw to a banso, or the laptop, and I say, and in Sembri. It's yes, I don't know, because I'm opening idea we again, I will be and for something I'll be now. Men are all yes, I have found when I never have you. Me make me sorry that person in tragedy, you made the other. But I'm Cadano won't class, Yane bread, not the me be a warm. Now over now, we so I catch them say, and yet pictures, the videos are made out in iron tra. And said the idea of Jim Bonnie for the whole team. Okay, what's in my charm tra? Fine. After young friend on 20. Now, pictures, the videos are made and granny bread won't crash, for school names, they won't crash here. It's a throw. So within 30 seconds, what if we post this idea man it's sending for Facebook the idea? And you have Buame. I am spreading our news when in Roma penny and Yanko Buancramo. He therefore go to the draw comment to say he is not interested in that. This is someone and Cromo breath and Mamino Papa to Abama and Nabai. I know no one BB. But then Korane Brana Metakan and say, oh, one and I am Mata, oh, when he has to win up and say he is not interested. Where you be a Yatuaba, Amanabaya, or maybe video. I dream one of my dears, our penny. I dream idea beyond you say the truth shall always conquer the light. It's only as I say, young truth. I'll see that, and then no more trust you. It's open a laptop on after no exit.
Yo, it has seen Yaminka home. Tune am Kwanso Awoko.
And if I come and I'm Kwanso, I may call me Krum on my
Okay, all right. But the NTN say no, said the Encodano, where you want now, Quaco champagne for 21 bet your mother.
Yeah, I'm a crime, no primary, yeah, I'm a crime.
Ah, okay, all right. Mate, Midasi, why? Right, Kwejo, teacher Kwejo, me assure say Munimno, comedian or sounds you a ni na, yes, see, after and Safran, or church and ask him disciplinary committee in your home. What else? Maybe I also
Ghana Muntie na mansanya so adawro kofiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
Mamin kind comments nibi to us na kwabna embrem. To be brutally frank with you, the health minister has no business remaining in office considering the records available. How is the so-called refund going to reverse the fundamental procurement breaches he committed? Look, we are not in animal farm, where some individuals are more important than others. Precedents are always there to guide our dealings in future. In September 2019, Emmanuel Asigri, then CEO of the National Youth Authority, and his 2 deputies, Richard Obing and Kwabena Champon, were also removed from office over some alleged procurement breaches. Since when did we realize that we can pardon some people? What's good for the goose is equally good for the gander. Say Obama, Okwasi. Akwesi kisi gumwa nkran. Ghana. Is it not the same health minister Ajimamenu who said no money was paid to Sheikh? So why writing to the same Sheikh to refund the money? So what is the money? Okay. Hold on, dear. Me share who suyi papa. Akwesi madam I'm facing and I'm saying check out Achimos says I listened to one NGO Furiata complaining bitterly indeed. We the good people of Achimos Nasi share the same sentiment. Achimos Nasi feel much better when it comes to development. Yeah, I mean Chia. Nanado, please, before you leave Pa, we need our school. Sheka. No, dear, no buy. Teacher, could you so it's regrettable. You realize that some Ghanaians are advocating for the resignation of the health minister, Kweku Agyeman-Manu. However, it must be borne in mind that he ordered the vaccines for the entire Ghana. Is it different from those who purchased Airbus and pocket $5 million and uses that to buy expensive houses for slave queens? Teacher, would you? For President Akufo-Addo to plead for endorsement of the MMDC's nominees after broader consultations is a step in the right direction. We, the people of Ghana East Municipal, will be grateful to him if you retain Honorable Janet Tulasi Mensah as the MC for Ghana East. Yao Sankide Taifa. Yao. Adem Kai ni anko de bakrata ensem no se ne city anope kwesi.
Abusiafo a Ghanaian Times secretary to so edu baako. What the aban water say papa yi. Your friend Peter McMenu. Wano kura waya a chairman kura de ama party da. Na samo a work and say. Enipa bi a wo MPP amanyoko no sisi idea. Omu ho nsa de nimfa so bi anti say omu party fufuro bi ana anything be a wombetumi aye na say nipa ne Dr. Nyahota Maklo owura Paul Afoko owura Same Crab na Charles Brobe na senti a woka say ne say sa nipa yi party no nsade hia omu nsade hia wonum saa omu anyama ene omu firi mu nso entosini enti ye yi omu ba akwase wonum nsa say the CPPO se PMPO anasa Dr. Pakwesi Nompo and one person wo mukwadan nia kwan no wo anim na watratre mu ba ko se owura Paul Afoko efiri bro mu suspend no suban sesaye ta suban no a ya wo mu eyi ni free party ni mu no the same thing now yes chemists one na matire as wo ye meetings wo siesie ankofo I say, what party no? At the Chrom, San Yomena, or ye are womote. Into or no, 1 way in the back, Wamano, on camp party no be you. Cabinet Japan, 1 day in the Suba Society, or Trana buy, and woman sat in Abeka party no. Or Same Crab, one also the same thing, the Suban Society. Suba 1 year were done with D, and were 2015. Wamutin as one, the same thing as Same Crab sat here at the Bessin. And the Pakra on Paso Becana Sammy, Dr. Nyahota Maklo. Dr. Nyahota Maklo, power, I found a member, Edema MPP Amanyokwe. One in the Suban dear, Tia, one only dear, and yan, and I know Dr. Nyahota Maklo, Ghanaians will learn a better lesson from this Akufo-Addo government. Wojina ha nu otabo mu, wojina nu otabo mu. Enti wano, womu suspend ne da. Ena sa suban no a wasada na di enti. Wano amu wa suspense. Enti wo sa akwa suspend na agide. Enti wano nso wonko bebi a opebi a onfa ayi nkoto. Dr. Tasura Kubrobe, wano so ya founding member MPP 1992. Na waka party ni wabra wo motie wono nso ne criticism no mpodie aya has criticism watumi twa party no adapa etumi twa party ni mpanimfo adapa etwa party ni mu akukudam nyina adapa ama wo say yes papa ya no aya na sa suban say ya de tra party enti eye womu anyama womu firi mu entosini sa akukudam nan Dr. Nyahota Maklo, onko, Paul Afoko, onko, Same Crab, onko, Tasura Kubrobe, wanonso onko, womunya party fufura, womun konkodom. Na wasan di aba ahanu mu abiyo, ene wadi abranti akwati ofosu, ya wakatira Dr. Mohamed Bawumia se, wanu abia wati different Ghana, Ghana ya yetie, nya numu biye ni watie, enti na wakase, Ghana asitine mu aye, economy no aye, watasa to what Ghana hanumwa, kanya sa asemi no wobeka. Santa spread wa Ghanaian Times him, and what the University Teachers Association of Ghana, you tag for Abba. Now you tag for Trese, Womun Krabata, a year 13 public universities, and woman the joint statement, Yaba, every chapters ya wodoɔ ne nyinaa de aba ya national secretary yitak Dr. Eric K.K. Agbavare ɛna ne nsa ɛsa aseɛ na wɔn kyerɛ sɛ wɔn akenkan National Labour Commission for krataa wɔn de ba abɔnten no wɔn kenkan wie yɛ court nyansi a wɔn kɔgye yɛ wɔn de aba wɔn akenkan wie na wɔn ka kyerɛ National Labour Commission sɛ ɛnyɛ ubi bi ni abubonua sɛ ubi bi ni abubonua anka wobɛtɔ kumama no efisɛ na adwuma a wɔyɛ no ɛyɛ owu adwuma sɛ wɔn nti wɔn yaw no ase enti wɔn ka kyerɛ wɔn members nyinaa sɛ obi ankɔ so ntena fie sɛ deɛ strike na wɔn ayɛ no wɔn nkɔ so ntena wɔn saa ɛmu obi antu ne na nkɔ classroom sɛ wɔkɔ akɔtena adeɛ na National Labour Commission no a ebi wɔn nti baabi wɔn pɔ wɔn nsa nkɔ court bi wɔn nsa mbra wɔn bɛkɔ so ate atua no a nti wɔn adify wɔn nsesa no a wɔn de baayɛ kampani na na adeda nkɔ Akufo-Addo ɛna wɔde asɛm yi ato dwade ama MPP amanyɔkuo no ma bɛmɛsi amowa amantam no nyinaa sɛ aban krati mpanimfoɔ din no ɛba na aba no ɛba no ɛyɛ consultation na wayɛ na mampani tɛ sɛ consultation na yɛ broader consultation wɔde obiara de nkyerɛ ansa na wɔde edin ɛba into wɔsrɛ party supporters wɔn pɛ mi ntimi wɔtimi waka mi biara wɔde din no bɛto dwapɛ obiara nyina so pɛm na mo endorse nipa korɔ no na sɛ bia yɛ didi bɛto dwa na party foɔ ne bia tɔrɔpti toba yɛ yampini yɛ nkɔ party office yo yɛ kɔsɛ nneɛma ɔsi dabi put to stop to that abankrati pani bi ɔde ne bɛbɛ biara no ɔyɛ clean excellent perfect sɛ yɛ mass ne yɛ ma obi a ɔde ne bɛbɛ biara yɛ excellent chance sɛ consultation a wayɛ ɛne nkɔmɔ a wadie enipa a wasiesia wɔn mu nyinaa no di adanseɛ sɛ nipa no wodi mu nti wɔde nipa korɔ ba wɔn pɛ dede biara wɔ ho nti partyfoɔ no wɔn nti aseɛ ɛntɛ wɔde edin no ɛbɛba abɛto dwa na Occupy Ghana ɛna wɔn ka kyerɛ minister sɛ wɔn akora mpo nkasa sɛ ɔpam no ho kora dadadadadada sɛ minister so wɔyɛ obi a sɛ nipa paa sɛ mayɛ contract bɔne sɛ na wasɛ di ntoro de apee so na wowie ya wosi ɛna ayi kura no na me yɛ na me wɔsi simple and short wɔma papa no nkɔpɛ ne baabi ntina bɛm sɛ adwuma no wayɛ wabrɛ de obɛtumi ayɛ ɛno no na the chronicle katafa ɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa ɛna wɔde Chinafoɔ nan bi ɛde aba ha na court of appeal na tena ase wɔ Kumase ɛbrɛ court no tena aseɛ no wɔn tira sɛ owura bi na di asɛm no kwada court sɛ saa nipa yi ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn tua sika bi a ɛyɛ 16 million Ghana cedis ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn tua na ɛbrɛ court kɔɔyɛ no ɛna lawyer ni a wɔtita agye Chinafoɔ yi ase o daabi yɛn di pɔɔto wɔn nko wɔn kurom ɛna wɔsi yɛn di pɔɔto wɔn nko wɔn kurom na tɛ sɛ wɔn antua sika no ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn tua sika no ansan de depɔto wɔn ɛde wɔn akɔ wɔn kurom na saa nipa yi a yɛde asɛm yi ato wɔn susu wɔn ntua saa sika no ɛyɛ lenwen ɛhyɛ lenwen ɛna huang chandan ɛna leading how na lang hanson saa nkɔfoɔ na ɛna kɔɔto ahye wɔn sɛ ɛnya adeɛ a yɛbɛmu wɔn akɔ wɔn kurom ati so wɔn atua saa sika no nyinaa wie ansan wɔn wɔ baabi kɔ a wɔn akɔ na ka wɔn hɔ dodo ebi ya wɔn ba ɛsi o yɛn nipa ɔtu wɔn yɛn nipa ɔtu wɔn yɛn nipa ɔtu wɔn no wɔn kɔ yɛn nipa ɔtu wɔn yɛn nipa ɔtu wɔn yɛn nipa ɔtu wɔn no wɔn kɔ na this time around deɛ no ɛnya adeɛ asa adeɛ no koraa ebi ebesi na wɔde aba de bɔkrataa yɛfrɛ ne sɛ new crusading guide mu ɛna wɔkyɛ sɛ MPP ɛbɛbreki 8 years no ɛyɛ Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ɛna ɛkasa yi. Na Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia kyerɛ sɛ MPP amanyɔkuo ne mma no a asɛ complaints na se na we party na yɛ sɛ wɔn nya abotrɛ efisa mo nte sɛ ntomago ne ahora sa abɔnten the party ba power ɛnyɛ baba akufoɔ yɛ die ɛyɛ wɔ man ni nyinaa yɛ die enti sɛ nipa baako bi kɔtena baabi na party ba mi nyahwe party ba mi nyahwe ɛne sɛ party ba bi abɛka so wɔ nyahwe a ɛne na Ghana adwuma na yɛde ato wɔn nsa no wɔn bɛyɛ ne sɛn yɛmfa ne nyinaa nto yɛti esisi a ehia ne sɛ partyfoɔ ne nyinaa bɛyɛ baako na wɔn breaki 8 no esan sɛ foundation ne deɛ mampani ato awie sɛ initiative bi at sɛ senior high school ɛyɛ free a banking sector clean up ɛbrɛ wɔ cleaning bank yi ɛne ade hyɛ no nso mu ada hɔ clean wɔde napco baayɛ napco adwumayɛfoɔ ahotɔ ɛde brɛ wɔn nya agorɔ one constituency one ambulance ɛno nso ɛda hɔ public sector employment nipa ayɛfoɔ wɔn adwuma ɛfɛ digitization yɛ Dr. Mamadou Bawumia de aba enti saa nneɛma yɛ Dr. Mamadou Bawumia ɛburu so nyinaa kyerɛ sɛ 8 years no ɛsɛ so wɔn breki na MPP amanyokuo no supporters no wɔn ngyan complain ni bebrebe no ɛne memen wɔn na bi memen na bi tatuo ebi lamente mekura me nyanhwe yanya ne saa wɔde asɛm tuja wɔ abra na wɔ Central Regional Tertiary Student Confederacy ɛyɛ TESCOM wɔn yi wɔn tumedie bi ɛwɔ University of Cape Coast ɛna wɔkata wɔn sɛ wɔn fa saa memen no ɛnto baabi na wɔn nhyɛ the larger picture wɔn anim so wɔn tumi breki 8 years no a ɛno kora yɛ record so kɛseɛ paa yɛ a party bi a ɛnyɛ bi da na Alan Kojo Tramante trade minister awene pankasa ɛna wɔ commission yi ɛyɛ 7-member committee soya bean export permit committee na saa committee obi pese okra soya beans edeba ati saa committee no ama wonum kwan ansa na nipa kura tumi akra soya beans di aba na regulatory task force womusu omutina Federance of Export and Import Restriction Exportation of Soya Beans Regulation 2020 LI so and womudi ya tumei efri saa brede ko obi ani wonu mu obetumi akra soya beans edi aba okra soya beans ba ati so mama kwan ansa no watumi akra saa soya beans no edi aba enti wasra se obi ansa no nso asa opesa okra soya beans ya isa wokosa efuo no nkyɛn na a daily guide edi aba kratafa etosom yensa ɛna wakasa wa he Alote Jacobs ya friend Bernard na waya former Central Regional NDC chairman NDE waya social commentator na Alote Jacobs na etre say some time ago party ni tantro ede to Papa Kofuo so say wakwaje 5 million bribe na afei entafuo bi no a wo musa Papa Kofuo ene obi a wo ntafuo no saa asɛm no ena Alote Jacobs etre so no wo muboa aya party no na koye meeting say entro be no mbetumi etato Papa Kofuo so a ebe fata no en wo mu yesu okay en wo mu kase wakwaje $5 million bribe eno say wo ka ebe fit no pa ta wo de hye no a wo yi enye na yansan ka say wone giza yazi a wo ntafo wo mu kase yamfa ntafo no mra yan kase wo de wo mu atukwan enti wo mu tena ase no wo mu nwene saa de nyina en wo mu de baaye en wo mu say Kofuo akwaje $5 million bribe o meyi na no Papa Kofuo nso gently giant wankasa en na wo say wone obi asa akwa wo ntafo aya wan ya se gizare yazi ade be sin ne ntafo no so wo mu anyini anka wo mu aba ntafo bi ani wonto nyina ya ntono a NDC amanyokuo no tena ase ebo po no wo mu twade to Papa Kofuo so eno na ka ho bia ma 2008 ade kwa 2009 ho MPP amanyokuo edi ento ewo abato a wo mu to ye no mu na mampani na na dedanko Akufo-Addo ene wo kasa wo bunu isi a wotre se ani ante wo mu modern mo ho kura sanse nankase se nkonwa no wo mu ji bebre de ka ho enso wo mu tena wono ma NDC fo esa abadi nkonwa ni mienu de ka ho a okasa anya ne ya no oboa enko wo mu yiri wo mu ya adwuma nkenne konwa no kuro mu wo bebre ewo ho but wo mu tena wono saa anhyɛ da anya adwuma bia ɛna NDC fo ɛti nkonya no mmienu ka nti papa Kufuor kyerɛ sɛ adeɛ no ɛyɛ ne yapaayɛ na n'adeda nkɔ Kufuor ado na tɔmboadu ɛna wɔkasa wɔ kratafo ɛtɔ sinsia na wɔkyɛ sɛ MPP ayɛ adeɛ tɛ party bi a bɛtena ɔman yɛ akonnwa soɔ ebi te sɛ deɛ friend social intervention national health insurance livelihood empowerment against poverty capitation grant Ghana school feeding program Kufuor de baayɛ no na ɛyɛ adeɛ boa yɛ paa ampani na n'adeda nkɔ Kufuor ado ba ɔno nso abɛtoa so free senior high one constituency one ambulance one district one factory ɛna drone in kura yɛ de baayɛ yi ɛde mogya nam wiem na de akɔ akɔma ayɛ asabea ɛgye mu tuo tem ɔma akɔ akɔfa afei medical supplies yɛde kɔ yes hospital wei hia nneɛma o yɛbɛyɛ dɛ de akɔ yɛsi yɛmfa nsoma duro wode soam duro pɛ wɔnam wiem na wakɔ akɔ deliver ɛyɛ kɔntambrantam afei teacherfoɔ allowance aban dada a wɔtwa mu no wɔso wɔntua aban yi baa wɔtua ne nyinaa de bɛsi nnɛ nursing training allowance ɛno nso the same thing wɔtua ne nyinaa na wɔyɛ sɛ Arabic na Islamic status no nso wɔn so yɛbɛmu mu allowance aban yɛtua ne nyinaa national volunteer service program ɛno nso wɔde baayɛ ɛyɛ nkwadaa kɔtora nsɔhwɛ yɛs yɛbɛndan yɛma wɔn mu abusi wɔn de bɛsua adeɛ ɛnso aban yɛ provide eduru baabi yɛsi ayɛ den wasi yɛn nkɔnkɔtɔ pass questions yɛ ban kɔtɔ pass questions baayɛ nkwadaa ne twɛ ɛntini nyinaa yɛ interventions bi a wɔn ayɛ adeɛ paa afei ɛba no corruption a what ayi mampani de special prosecutor first one baayɛ Matiamidu usɛ projects ya no wɔnam mu ɛne nipa a wɔte wɔ mu ɛba no corruption mampani ɛboa no wɔka so wɔka wɔnka wie Matiamidu baayɛ kɔlɛntɛmbrɛ krata pɛsini ade kɔ no office a wɔn penti wɔn nyinaa kama laptops esisi hɔ ɛne steps ne nyinaa wɔn yɛ ɛyɛ yaa ɛma no right to information legislation yɛ paase kura de ma no ɛsɛma Matiamidu naana adwuma no ɔbɛyɛ so wɔn yɛ ntumi hu ɛna yɛde nipa foforɔ nso asaba nti agyabe sei wɔn wɔ ne mu gyidie paa sɛ Independent Implementation Commission New Companies Act
okay
Act
yɛn ni wie kwabena da bon kata no why
ɛne me yɛ wie
no see
na yɛ me di wie kura ne yɛ Accra House of Folk mo boaboa Africa.
Okay. Me da see so the one krata no and same way wo mu na kwabena aboa kenkan ni nyina fekofeko edi amayen na empenifo nso aba be do studio no hanum se omo ba betena ase anope na ye ne omo edi eye enkomo na before omo betena ase no ma dwenche no bi nso aba etaimu menkenkan bi e wo hanum se na yenko yenim e wo ye dwumedie so anope emfa mamo Yauza, I was sure, says the government of Nanato is delivering and shall continue to deliver to better the living standards of the ordinary Ghanaian. President Kufuor still believes in Ghana and the potential of Ghanaians for sustainability and rapid economic recovery post-COVID-19. So let's all and sundry keep on supporting him to deliver. That is one here from Yauza. A minister who said he's not thinking proper and misused our tax money. Masa, I'm right a thing for me. You are going. Why are you worrying me, cry like that? A minister who said he's not thinking proper and misused our taxpayer as money and to sign for a dubious contract, and he's still at push. Health minister must be fired. That's one here from Eric Okonu. Abutre. When are the MPP and the NDC party going to stop defending their members? When we all know that the person was wrong. Anyway, Kwesi, please, has Maurice Ampao what in Denmark? What? Ampao is doing fine. Having heard from him, but he's doing fine. No, I feel it in my bones. I mean, to Adia Kakramimra, na Yantanasi, Ning Komo, and a pay our studio, and I'm saying, Rajona for a member of the National Communication Team of the NDC, and Kafui Kujo Amega, a member of the MPP National Communication Team at Transi and a pay, Omobabe Bois, Ewujimediesu.
Ghana, Muntie, Naman Sanyason, at the Roko Fiaman Woman so Ejiji Tonton Sansan, Ewo Neat 100.9 FM.
Woodie Oha Extreme Ponkno Needs FM.
Catch if you're a Mebano, you know, and that's what be if you are Mutie, Bosume, Mamutia rent to say. If you're a Fata Ghana city, if you are Mubatia, 8 Ghana cities. Hey, Mabu said, if you're Ramatia, between Batitamum, and with your Coswina. Now, this way to getting the dead abbey. Someone of my Elchan when you that bay and a crowd better too. What to make us say be a few of our Shebra, and me and Chubby Kramanoda.
A Jeffia Sadia would your book. If you're afraid you would see your knee, if you're afraid you would say, this way chocolate drink for fufu you swa a good jomi. Yet tenants of 1 year I to a team on Monday.
If you're a wood to your brow at day.
Eh, now this way chocolate drink, no sugar and Nunda, sugar womb, and then once one was here.
And you hear any social.
Now, I know Pabia Michelle Sugar Capum, the family, or I shall say, Bia, Muba Fremiati this way, such as Bakumpo, a good much Yaman, maybe that.
If you're a Sadia, yet, sir, yet, this way chocolate drink a Busso supermarket, or can see John filling stations, and the shops, and no moment to Yamati Busi, and the Shiania San Koto, and Metati Maunum. Eh, if you're a Benny, Fufu Valanda Swa, would the boy, yes, I am, Umra Kutukum, Yakoto this way chocolate drink and so if you were in your debut, sir, we shall see. Achia, Yabre, Yabako.
FDA, I just said, you didn't crack to more jet to say a year.
Woodie Oha Extreme Ponkno Needs FM.
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie.
Oh, there's some papa. Cassia Bo, Kowaka Tamansa, Amaya Sa, Cassia Waye,
Onye Yimu, Nucretrodo, Kalagame Kamadini Bo,
Nita
Mama Yentie. ABOAGYE 100.9.
KWASI Bonkwe.
Some more comments before you in penny for Vetanasi and Opeashas Akasa DJ O'Malley and YOC were Gosso. Ghana's one and only president will continue his good works and will continue working hard for the achievement of better Ghana agenda. DJ O'Malley and YOC. Ankuma Foster, Achim Ayiribi. These issues between Ghana University teachers and Ghana Labour Commission is very sad. I'll plead with the government to listen to what UTAG is saying. That is one here from Ankuma Foster. Why not leave Honorable Kweku Agyemang alone? This case is do or die affair. So with the explanation given, he should have his peace of mind. Honorable Muntaka Mohammed, who is asking for his removal from office, should think of himself, for he has a problem with the judiciary. Abe Kunyansan Theophilus, Ewotema, Eno Debaye. Teacher Constitution, Riamwase, who is saying the health minister, Agyemang, should resign. If the minority have anything to say, they should tell their former MPs, ministers to refund the double salary they collected. And advise Honorable Muntaka to refund our money. Well, Mame Homeso, Yadon Buachi Emmanuel, Nukes president. Yankodin Komo. Ima Jazai. Yegusunka Krankra. Na, so you tag ni Labour Commission, near Koswe, Achechefwe, CCA, one more chese, one more dear. Nya Labour Commission for Council Mania Court in Jansi, woman come back to court. And the Ghanaian Times said, they had him say, Professor Charles Ofusumafo, we won't go back to classroom. UTAG defies NLC order. Nooks, at him saying, Nia Koswe, Diana Moka.
National Union of Ghana Students. Yeah, they are declared never made payment. But that notwithstanding, we would express displeasure and a disappointment in both parties. That is abhorrent any UTAG companion for the entire negotiation with entrenched positions. And I believe strongly that it is these entrenched positions and I'm maintaining what I can where government regional by regional UTAG so regional by regional. I think in the negotiation process, coming to a compromise, all parties should any form of entrenched positions. But I'm saying the customer, yes, and yeah, they are born pie. They never come back. Now, I'm back to the classroom.
Enti, we no acquire pie bomb boy.
Eguso para.
Any aconchie?
Eguso, the den. Your baby, I'm saying, will be a baby. And the Amoya did. Yes, you have one answer. You have been a better. You did them, and then you did. Your can be in the one can be. Eguso, a bomb pie.
Back American Nooks disappointed in UTAG. Sana Mokano and government. Sana Mokano.
Yeah, we are highly globally disappointed in the actions of UTAG and then government. It's because of their positions now. Thinking baby. If they are going into the negotiations without any exchange position, let's go come with a compromise.
Okay. Well, me name say be away who daily graphic and pay ya. We see yes, mpaibo mo hwese bia nya mebe campaign fu akoma. Normal san go back to lecture theaters classrooms on my there. But a labor expert and no saying yani one labor consultant ya don boachi amponsa edi nkomo no kase. Baby edu de ye hia third party bi obetimi abomodian kasa asemi. And then so graphic enim honum say story na kasa page 16. Appoint third party to mediate UTAG NLC impasse. Austin Game onusu another labor consultant work kasa asem way say baby edu de aban ehia obi no wetimi aba betre mu pa siesie asem way. Menim senia ye nooks for mo sumu hu no.
With your position has always been we were calling on both parties to reach a compromise, and then additionally a caution. But the unfortunate event, I'm saying the event is going to be a that's a compromise. I think the Omokan right. There should be another party on also beating album. On my being common at the same year was the understanding was the Ember, the two Jana, the age man, Yaguso and Abba, age. Because as we speak now, Ghanaian students are in a state of confusion. You need the air the air muscle, the air posting, the air costing, taken into consideration and then else is your court, tax or court, we see why is so your moment here, let the two parties know that is the their actions and how and the manner they are taking these whole issues.
Ntiano anse mo dia mo strong wo hu.
At the Senate, a starting, they are the two both parties and means which even till now you will say, but we can't take away the fact that we are how they are money.
But okay. Say Moka UTAG say be more disappointed that. Almost so much more Mokano, Mutie mu ye dear. Say ade we almost shall see net. Omatria bina, trioma bina. I sa buying tea. And almost okay, a buying. Udia, say Mpono, say Umfa be fanka one. Senya na enkane 22 of single spine salary structure no crown tieno. Na lectures bia CD equivalent of $2,084 monthly. Sesika no de sa fa sesika na mpu famae. Wo maka be si ne aban tie Nti mode subo no e de bo am say bia mo ye disappointed a sa tamana wo mo kan mo kan no mu swin say no so man ka bi ambo mo
The patronim, a year national union of Ghana students, we can't take any middle position. You stated categorically clear, say, and yet demands are the lecture action. It is the omobita. It is due them or more. But at the end of the day, taking into consideration the timing of this striking, opening and Chinese. Now, you're losing a lot of contact hours due to COVID-19 and enter.
Sure.
Your bar school and chair. Many will say, if you move to online, Logon, if you call maybe Abba, teacher training, if you will school, maybe online. Investors can crave in the Abba school. I know engineering share all these conditions. I thought that if the negotiations have been there since 2018, but they are still negotiating. I think that Indian to Boise, Diane to Aso.
Yeah.
But whilst you are on negotiation, who negotiate with your employers? Now, Osaba and the car I think it makes this whole thing some. But many others said they were here, Papa, and they were here, Bonnie. A binary side from the information we've read and everything that we've had, our communication, contact, and our work. A binary so any hit for 8 minutes here. So my answer say, oh, everything is a brain baby no money. So the fault is not only from the lecture, but a binary of fault I also ready. That is why our disappointment is not only in one entity, but in the two entities that among activities, which are binary and then later and so and we can't be disappointed in any other body than any two institutions like Kabuzi. There is a small coin here for the bill. And Ghanaian students are the ones facing the challenges because we speak now, Lanka come 3 weeks, I may have but see, you 3 weeks now, you go to say you go 2 months, you go 3 months, and you go costing. They say you have the and I am and I am a way psychologically, mentally, Ghanaian students have been affected.
I see. Okay. All right. You better see now. Yahweh. Senior BC Ebeko. Yadasi papa. Yadom. Right. Emmanuel Yadom Boachi, president of National Union of Ghana Student NUCS, and 1 year Dean Commando Pay. So. Senior medical dia to my name John Afo of the NDC Atanasi Sanson Kafui Kujua Megan of the MPP Atanasi and pay. Mami Mo Makwaba. Na Yambeshi and Command say John Akwaba.
You pum to say.
Yami Adumo, you go soon got crank any
day. I don't, and Yamambu, and Yamena Duma Quaniati.
Okay.
And Yamambu, and I pray for Quania Suna HIA, ETFM,
for Joseph.
His Excellency John Don Mama, 80. My father was in Chiamuya Drupan, I'm the Ama. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and a Professor Nana Okwajiman.
Okay.
I'm a national chairman, name General Secretary, especially Wejabo constituency for me to OBBR. I shall never lady suit.
That's it. That's it. Have we? Near Mam Sender.
Yamiadum.
Actually,
ESP. Mechia ETFM. If any Asher for my Jimre, edit data with Facebook. I'm actually in Peswas. Where is I am the set John Okase Yadum. Nasenyan coupon for Domono and no me. They am Amen, then why if send you via Entino. Mamu papa, dear money. And Pesame correcting ex-president John Dramani Mahama. And yeah, His Excellency John. They were president Bakupe Ghana. The enemy, ex-president wonni akonya bio John
man penina na do kra me so say omuko shia baby no ka sa obetimi aka President Mahama
obetimi aka say ex-president Mahama.
I don't know why sometimes you want to litigate Ghana for you and you litigate about this thing. Who's the president? Who is the president? But well, you fair to see I'm saying now.
I'm a former president. And it's in one.
I don't
say, oh, you missing the sound mind. Help me, Mr. Crown. I'm paying for I'm moving from my way. They don't sign contracts in a good money. But I said they are under pressure. I think if we are them say I'm under pressure.
Men can go. Yes, I see fee baby I VCC interview am here. You tag any John baby near course you tag any labor commission. Akwakwa say asunu mienu a omo queen no eden sem bebre abai lecture omo si omo come back they say they won't go so far meet you
yo ofa as a Ghanaian ho papa o share a teacher for a bro mobre na his excellency Nana Akufo-Addo 2016 what shall the share a teacher for the teacher for the nakoma so no mo ba oba ensure say e kwon be fa so a ombedi ye na ye nkwala a omko schools no omatumi asu ade na ya adusua akon kan e chen dia his excellency John Mama ejaye no because amambo de e nkoso eti pempenso a NDC ye faaye ye de bedu ye no na nka Ghana for expectation say e beto aso na wo fa surprisingly no eye ne kankan kra Ushap yadusua education. Pempenso yedu no. E bon kan chem sabi momoni. Sabi nka momoni kra de ye. Ushe his excellency Nana Akufo-Addo pempenso ni education ekodu. Tonsuom, aginsem. Na nya won se na nsen ya ohie teacher for ka chom se. A teacher for de. Se wo so be teacher ni. Ya, man dwen wo abrabo mu da. Say sikani de obeso be sikani. Ohia bubro na ese odwen se obedi na sa oye leader na se we hia wadwumafo na se ababuo sei na wo de ma wo mu a na je se de mpa na wo pafi wadwumafo ho se media me ba asase so no professional me choose ye no enya de amanya sika enya de amanya osikani ama me fa hye me team da se me ba ye teacher na sabe metumi ahwe me so me mba so that mama be president and mama be minister na ne yefi no say ono no baby ofi ba ye no aye kire ni na kire no anende nyame adom ono so be president ne yefi say 2016 time na obo apo no e kire Ghana for no de the policies e to dwa no o ka kire Ghana for say oba a teacher for be number 1 e won administration e be na akoma so na just say the Ghana for APT no e pefi MPP amambo we no enyo no mo person mo Ghana for you dia ono dia ye ne de won asum no e no ka che Ghana for e to be jira no ka fellow Ghanaians a no to papa so a na and I say my lovely Rebecca, my beautiful Rebecca na abeka kan sa na okọ na just no of course on Ghana for yepe over there na ni ebedu pempensu ya ende you tag for ene even crampo no doctors for mo kroma so ama aban 2 months we dey share to say from September ya komi 5th September e share mo ni aban ato saban ndi so a they will withdraw their omonko for OPDs yeah. The next week in so no omo ba withdraw my services pusha polytechnics lectures so our strike enti aban we no second term Ghana for to abama no me say me hu say this administration was not prepared say election mo kono if whether they will win the election because omo share nyama omo ye during their 4-year term na no mo fo say abatu no mo kono kwande anya de ombe wini eto mo ayan hihye bia bit na aka yo. We share your municipal assemblies. Now we share district assemblies. 8 months we away. There has not been a DC or MC taking charge our municipal assemblies. Oh, eti na me bisa mo say and I SNL Kufado going into the 2020 elections no. Now of course say I try ko na kwe. I try ko na kwe. Me ko ye bi ahwe. Because me am hwe amam bosham ne she Ghana for say me di meti be kra be to me di me mamambo be to say galamse ya me kan say mentumi ndi so about to kwa me picture kwa me fam be to ballot paper so. Now we share ne one district, one factory. Okay, say every district be our chrome ha. Obesi factory wo ho. Now we share ya no so ya mutu. Now we share a teacher for say a teacher for more accommodation. Any schools are led by his communication officer. Nana Komia Eka say first 4-year term. Obesi 350 senior high schools. And also ya mutu. Now we share a teacher for a year, dear. Say, they will increase teacher salary. Now we share no so yamutu. Even crampono. Say restoration of teacher allowance in crampono. I know ya dear cry a teacher for yam cry. Because who is owed to your teacher allowance 300 Ghana cedis. Now, we share the taxes. Now share accommodation. Now share the transportation. Now share at 18 hawa onu ko bekom exams obekwa kwotro ni promotion wa tried there for over 30 years people wa tried over 10 good years and can the time promotion time aso wo so onka ye lanche exams no aka for obi a we SS obi a we SS with no teaching a background what na for true na ko say ogonka kire junior high school for there. What is that? Nurses for led by the chair lady. Kase why for conform no moba hospitals no as midwives for na no. They shouldn't bring them because they don't have any experience because they are qualified graduates, midwives and nurses for what? They are sitting at home. True why they don't have any midwife idea be among your man call school. Among idea be somewhere there. Hospital. As you say, you create opportunity. You create jobs. Meanwhile, no, Obia, what should that call school so a midwife? I walk on school. What can one do she? Or to fear on farm. Book a phobia on one new one in the area through the narco, through YE. So at the midwife also cramp a press release about say, I buy my bank grant tempted because 2017 they only the same thing. I'm a mobile to 2 papas, I'm Buamo. Eti I buy a share person a sango for bay. A moshe because I know the more wedding on my chassis. Eti what I will share you tag for I teach you matching strike on my koya. Nanka nyese banisa. Nanka nyese banisa. Ufa, can you believe say we a professor. We a professor. And that's how we a lecturer. We see ka crowd go fie kra no. Ufa, endu 5,000 Ghana cedis kra. Endu 5,000 Ghana cedis. As a professor who see ka at the end of the day. Who bet the genie at the Beco and do 5,000 and do 3,000 Ghana cedis cry. But there's a kind 5,000 and do 3,000 Ghana cedis.
John, 1 minute.
Oh, Obi a wako school. Why lecture sabe senior lecture? After be assistant professor, abe professor. Say nyame andomo. Na say one ka ye dean. And I say bia one ye bibi kra wo school ho. As a vice chancellor and I say na kire say one of the bosom besono we busuafo wo mba wa wo mu ofie no utumi kwa nche school fees utumi kwa nhwe so mo yare a
okay you know see
na you see osom ne ku a asase na bre They say I'm no kase. And kwale suya dear. I wouldn't say come okay exams. When we prepare so his essence na kufa no me kodu. They say addition musu nyina no. Ni nya ka ya mutu. The lecturers are saying say they will not teach them. Exams and kesom you know. Among exams. They don't even know their fate. After no more sign addition musu nyina no. Amo siding asana kwako su ade foforo addition musu akwa. Omo no time
John.
Yeah, exams.
Let's stick to time, Pacho.
Your president or the person ko dware wo wiem.
Me da say John.
Your president on the shop say.
John. Hey. Assembly.
Eyi ensama wo kwako so sikedidie ay kwaso a wo fa. Me say enye temamfo ne adwuam ho. Enye teacher for your form so.
John. When I give you signal, Pacho, Pacho, oh yes, sir, then you are. Yes, I've been giving you signal now, Pacho, baby. You are fan of doing that, Pacho. Yeah, but
national issue.
Balkana,
the pressure, demonstration. Ever to the Nekufado, so His Excellency. And you can sign a gun of 4 petty. Your passion. Now make sure say the teachers will go back, the lecturers will go back, and they will teach our children. Because it's not easy.
Yes, Uncle Fiana. Uncle, I've got Uncle Fi.
I got see me that say now. On say
John, I charge you no pay.
Charging no. Ubisa the question no. Which year will be now deviated from question no. Now after the order nam. And somehow ubisa ne yes.
Young count there.
Say. Strike here by 170. At least not so about auto achievement in the education sector on time. On the chance on time. Yeah, who strike be other. That is what I was expecting. John, because I am a power. Now come to me I interject, but I was quiet writing. And it's a windy pen. It's not as fond of you. Copy pen and paper. I don't need to write a pen. And I take my phone. Okay, Martin. And take note why me we are no abem. I can see. Yeah, what you talk. Teachers, university teachers here, almost.
Yeah.
Almost strike. The strike is towards benefits. Yes, so munya. Na omoni aban NC jinaye no enye payo. Enunti no omofo say the ebetumi ayama aban SPD say jinaye no a ye pese ye ni si ni say ye de ye na de ye begu fom a ye nko school nko kyera de tane ye be ya aban be ye bibia man obetumi aye ni na eno ne sen omse say wo be ma ye we bia no a begin na quote no in the United States dollars because ye cedi na ye je no kakra bi behwe na cedi no e bia na ne dollar no ebo ebura na kwesi ye betena Ghana abedi obi kuro musika
almost CD equivalent
no
CD equivalent
na kwesi CD equivalent enye obi kuro musika na ye de se studia obi kuro musika na ye de ye si studia enti so ka kira me say me ma o CD equivalent to the dollar kwesi say ye ka kira me say me ntia ka in dollars ye te Ghana ye adwuma nyina in cedis na afedie neocolonialism and na university teachers yom kosua ade wa aburuchire omukwa import de abreye na yan fo bisika emeye sesudua na yan yom ntrase eni nkomo. That is what the call you see yan nkrofo kasa no mo beti ase a ese church nsem no yie mom no mo ti ase no mo hu sane ade no eda enunti no National Labour Commission edi nsem yi koy no mo de kodan court say yan ma teacher fo no mra classroom na bibi wo hormo ne ye beka omo wo classroom kra ye betumi aka nsem no na omatumi a kire emofra na de wo hormo ne aban aka omo se gaba se wo court kra de okoje wo court no ye mfa nya adwuma na kwasi for ye as a party onim see the we bi by ya se teacher first policy teacher for ahuhia yen enti emra ye ba aban mu no na emra ye ba aban mu no ye hwe se eniema bi wo hon mo ye betumi aya ebetumi abo teacher for no na abo teacher for eho ban ye wo kromu ha na akwasi ye hunu se oman pani bi yire ne vice president yere ekọ school bi mu ka kire ne say omo pe common chalk no chalk syndrome ogina o ka kire mo say ye ma mo chalk ne e ma mo chalk kira etietie teacher fo anim e de omo anim ye fom eno kra no ye hwe e kan ya no tumu wo enti si ye hwe obi a odwen ye teacher fo ho na enne no ye hwe se teacher fo yiyedie ebetumi akonkan a akwasi na eye me nwanwa se ubenya NDC ni a obetumi aba begina ha na obe agiu akwasi ikromu ha na ye won ye nya o mampani bi a wetwam a akwasi teacher training allowances otwetwa mu teacher fo eye adwuma beye enfie miensa na ode bosome mienu akatua na ama wo akwasi ye ni kromu ha enti e ba ne sei ne yeda sore ya ye nya ya no mo ka chen se omo de omo dua teacher fo ho se obi yi ne yemu aye adwuma ye ni kromu ha enom kofa RLG so me supply enkrofo laptops ekosi sei akwasi ne wo kromu ha o ena ye hu se omo so omo beye sandals ene ntade asoso se mofra ene ye de bre mofra se mofra nhemfa nko school ne ye ni kromu ha eden ye hu ye akwasi school feeding kura no ani say enkofra amofra nko school no munya aduane ni no na aye poto omugu no poto amofra nko school na aduane omudi na ye nitua na ye ni krom na ye aban bi breso aban bi a watwam eye NDC mahama apenso eden na ye hu wen mu nyina ba betwam na mom oye aban na wo ba na wo bu man a akwasi adwumayeni bia kondo se na ketua nsam de ube pagya mu man kakra because on mine no so on mine ne ma dane no ho kakra eye dan a na akatua ntumu de ebeba akwasi ye wo krom ha na NDC aban otwa we ye fan sign book and research allowances mu na ko teachers ho university teachers book and research allowances na mahama the insensitive ex-president no we book and research allowances and then no ye fa akwasi akama mu yeso abomi mfi taduku chese o kakra mfa no ho eno kwasa yenti obia salumba nyom no ne teacher fo osu ne teacher fo twajajo abomi mfi taduku o se onti obia His Excellency President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo eba ye ene ye be restore book and research allowances back to university teachers. Ye buy Arabic.
John, don't do that. John, don't do that. But no, John, don't do that. Take note of it. John, man, yes, I'm Pacho. John, Pacho, any dear moi. Let's. There are rules in Pacho. You want to say there, just take note of that thing. Udionia, just as Pacho, how can in 70 also canon. There are things that you said. I sat here. No, Pacho. It's here 14. In 70 canon. This is not fair to say. When said there are things, just take note. After that, we can just come in then we debate on those one. Pacho baby. Why? Mama pen, who their own mama paper, I'm for pen.
And you know, these are the issues that ye can't want some more. Edika. Na obia or hospital, na osuro pania. The moment a nurse ni be yi pania no se me ho atomi. Nurse me nyare me ho atomi. Ebi na don ho yi. Pania ne wo wonwa na ne ho pepre no. These are the issues. Ye buy ye teacher training allowance. Akwasi no matwa mu femfram. O matwa teacher training allowance mu femfram. Na ye mayi amuso mpeso mu kodi teacher yi eko school a akwasi na ekom na dokro yam bebre nya osa awadwa mahama ebrenso. Teacher fo mu kosua de bebre enya stomach ulcer. How insensitive and incompetent that man is. My teacher trainers bebre stomach ulcer. Mo maminum enya or how. But His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo baye. All those ones were odd. Amen. Kono so betumi akọ school no watch there. Let me address one sensitive thing now. John Okaya, taking the president out of context. President ni a teacher for one penny for Asia. No mudi nkomo. No say we a teacher ni na opese uye millionaire. Untumi nye adichere nko a emfa nye millionaire. Akwesi ye we teacher for bebre wo hono mo a omaya research actual books are ene within the teaching profession, they can be touted as one of the well-paid teachers and professors. How many times does a teacher meet students in the classroom? Within the 8 hours, what are the contact hours? And after those contact hours, you need to do extra work to ensure that you are able to meet up the task. Or your professor at UCC. We see Abansura Akesi mienu. Bako one crime, Bako Cape Coast. Is it from his teaching salary? He is doing other things within the teaching professional and you're out of the teaching profession. Because you see, once you are a professor, unya contract,
2 minutes.
Yeah, they are attractive. He has other contracts he's doing within the teaching profession. This is what the president is saying. That let us all be proactive and rise up to the call. Now what he had and then Obia yes teacher training colleges na yayano as a degree program. This is what we can tout as an achievement within the education sector. It is not what John is saying. On two kind that. Now, because there is washroom in aircraft. The one to kind that now because satisfied your John say that could be free animal. Ako Kumasi obey you airplane. At least obey who send you to play more. If you use a jumbo flight, even where your friend is saying you will cry swimming pool. If you use the jumbo flight that has ups and downs, you will swimming pool. So you don't know. And because you want to be illiterate, because John Yabutre, now Casamancasa. You see, because you don't know. John, because you don't know. You don't know. I see a mouth that privilege. Now would you see an and Nuntina, His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa, or the free SHS, but a Sanko school. Now, Nanya ability to read. Now, what to me, ability to read and understand a lot of things. The reason why I did free SHS, who we free SHS, a demo ability, I'm what to me, university. That is the essence. And so, when you are arguing, you can argue right.
All right, Miss Midasi, my main kind comments, Kakrani and Queen, remember share yes, Sputnik V. If you show more course with ad hoc committee, Neomadia Baba Tuja, so far, in some way, Fimu Eba, Minister of Health and Ministry of Health at Chokrata, and Yakwako, my shake, yeah, GSC shaking so at Chokrata, Sioki, well, Meti, Niamdia Mamun, 20,000 Meti Fimiakano, Nametia, ABC Minister, one resigning, and one Amampeni and dismissing. Any near Kakahunina, ye ba near Baba Jimpin for a drink chair. My drink chair being so about Hanum saying, I mean King Kenby. Mustafa Lowa Manya Krobo says the MPP Dr. Bamia are now defending economic figures with a lot of explanation. They are failed woefully. We sent this one yesterday, we send it again. Tete Osunyani says, according to Nana Kwame Bafo the Fourth, the decision to decentralize state institutions beyond the regional capital, resulting in the establishment of the Regional Education Directorate in Nkranza and the Health Directorate in Kintampo, all under the Nkranza traditional area, remains the single most well thought through idea to equitably develop every part of the country. Okay, so Tata. Cindy B from Kaswa says, sacking the health minister is inappropriate at this juncture. This minister has written a letter to the vaccine producers in order to retrieve the money he has paid. So why the need to calling for calling for his resignation. Producers, they are not producers, the middlemen. You see, it seems we are over concentrating on the health minister, leaving the finance minister, Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, the chief culprit of this scandal. Both ministers must resign and summon to the court of law for prosecution. So I see. Samuel Kwame and Bans Aguna Nyakrum and Odifi and Odebaye. Damblo or Brimsu Apeusika, the vice president, knowing his reputation keeps on soaring, shamelessly subjected himself to public ridicule whenever he's given opportunity to redeem his tattered image. CD now at 6 Ghana cedis per dollar. Unemployment is at all-time higher. A debt to GDP ratio is about 80% from the inherited 60%. Ghana's credit rating has been downgraded to -B. Yet, instead of him to go to the mosque to pray for forgiveness, he's all over polluting the airwaves. That's one here from Damblo, Brimsu Apeusika, and Odianobaye. Martin Kpebu should also know he's not the citadel of knowledge. He should spare our ears with his cacophonous nonsense. His petition will not yield any good results. Though I think Ajimamenu's performance is not satisfactory enough, but I think his acceptance of guilt is enough punishment and a caution than the crucifixion. In any case, if there be any financial loss to the state, he should be legally prosecuted. Nell Ampons Amsterdam. Well, no, you dear my brother, so I can tell you my peace of mind. I disagree. And this position that you have taken, I'm just hoping one day, when maybe you on the other side of the divide, and something like this happens, you take that same position. Why? Well, no. Minister, no, I am from so, no, I am from so. Mubeka baby papa she among kana munja say mu defending. You didn't defend, then defensible. Yeah, I encourage a man for ever my Muhanam say. When they do wrong, if they have to just put their position, the government will up even private a bank Ghana, when they have to resign, you push you encourage them, so defending. Everybody defending. Until my Muhanam saying. $1 billion and fan parliament. That same day now was approved. So if the minister come and tell us, minister no be can't say, and because you are there now, this, that's not true. And this morning I put this question to Honorable Kwame Entry, and he was still justifying it because I asked him, say, I ne. NDC for some, and on resigning the same thing. MPP from Suso Papa no there be on Yashi, on Yan from Sobia, Wadia to it was because no Ghana. Anyway, 24 home no Babecho margin, Media.
Ghana, Muntie, Naman Sanyason, at the rock of Yaman woman so edgy ton sansign, I would need 100.9 FM.
Mami Sasi Fika Friso, Sputnik V. Usually, adult committee, Juma Wamudi, near so far. Into you, Kafui.
So, I think, say, share your adult committee, them ya a bar, must put the V vaccine. Ama Yasha baby, and near mano. Yetiani say, I can see now, what say. Now, what say. And some be wo mo e ba yen hwe issues ni ye so be ye bone a na yesi ye hwe ye ka. And therefore when you want to speak up right on the issues, what is happening is say eya edumre bi a wo hwe situation ni circumstances e dey nsem eba na wa hwe no waka sa ensem no e ho asem edumre bi a utie ya president emra no kasa o say ade ba akopɛ ina won't mean you will. Say ye be ya hwe ama obi afiri mu. Na o se wo kwa akofre nipa ne nkwa asan be hye ne body ne mu bio. Na wasan sore no de ontumi nye. So man ne to fom mpo a obetumi asan chichi. Eno de obetumi. Enti edumre bi a na decision a wodi save on mine no na akwa say side decision no say bi a uteki no abromu wa say odi decision etu anamo na de yetie ne say akwasi minister enyo no nko na eye adwuma minister ewo team oni omo ye adwuma kwasi say wo ye srani a wugina akono se wugina akono a de ya ewo mu ne say wo ye commander na wugina akono a enye akono na wugina no ehọ na wo ba be my instructions because wo kono instructions no woman will fear that and how they call. And the issue is that kwei say ni yakwakoye niema. And to do one man who say one niema ni na say na ese kono. And whilst you are there, it is not that is the time one. Obabe defend they say ebi asadi emunye ni say. Na at the point when enemy be mitie ad hoc committee ni nsem no bia na omo present wo parliament. But see nsem ni bi wo ho awutie ya almost say a call AG's office cry after contract no year anyway. Emma AG Emma and recommendations. That adie ebetumi aba say one hwa enko yi a sign the sunsun sans one beba e kwan ben ye de befa so. Ye te yan so ne say sika edi kan koye akwasi obia wo Pedro na wo de aba bebo wo manfo ho ban no. Eye den ya no a what will happen is say the all Pedro na ma no on fan free won konkosi eye den ya siketua ebebem enti ebia minister no na make so ogina akono nti no he never realized that maybe that transaction has gone on. But one good thing that we should understand is that after that ad hoc committee no minister no call shake in the office check Macton office ama all demand they say there should be a refund of the money. Until the response was coming in, you realize it say, emu 20,000 ebaye. Emu 20,000 buy no. Eba beye na juma na say ye pepepe. Enti shake no so agia to me say, yes, sika we na mensa kan ye. Sika sei na me de ema mu no ni bi. Enti sika sei na me de be ma mo. Enti wo hwe lete no a, eniema na ekoso na nkrofo parehwe hu nyina ne say, sika na ye transfer coin no. Obi benefiti wo mu ana obi am benefiti wo mu. But it is telling us clean say the truth yes no kure wo hwei untime fancy e na no kure ayati say nyinsen eye dan ya bebo abasoro. And that truth has been established that yes, monies were transferred. Yes, out of that money that was transferred for 50% of the 300,000 doses and he expected 150,000 emu 20,000 ebaye. Emu 20,000 no ye $380,000 uti 380,000 if more ebeka 2,148,000 I say refoundo sikan ediba. And the shakers indicated clearly say mo my accounta ye be sign this sikana babetum the other half no there letters of credit I draw ye eti ano no there we only have to cancel the LC eti uhwe say nyuma we ye course wa kasi adwuma bia ni hono a eni ne nenso na nenso ne ba ekwan be na efa so a ebaaye ye betumi asia no a emaga na emmoka bia na eno ne ade a ye hwehwe sese that transaction na ebaaye Ghana kabo bia amem sika ne koye say ye de kwakofa nnuro ekoye nso ekwakofa nnuro no akwasi ye koye no nnuro no de ye nyaaye ene de ye nya nyina no omo return sika ne de aba ade ba akwa na ewo mu ane ye ka ne say ta edro we no nanka eye say finance minister any Russia for edin kita ho kwasi wo beka ya say kita ho ne koso ema ye pre ya na ye pese ya ne manufacturers no kra Russia e beka sakra ya ne omo embassy wa han mo kra edin kita ho a kwasi ni nyina ankosi aga na mom uwote mamufu a eye se wo dwen omo ho akwasi ni ye wo krom ha o emra ye start say yes institutional toilet facilities e wo communities mo ebema communities enya institutional toilet facilities ye nuanom yanom NDC foi na omu twa ya da pa wo ho ena the MPP government toilet no mu si na say bakwasi ye ka hye nyame no nyam say ever since his excellency president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo o take the reins of government currently ya dia ye hu ba kokra o Ghana da enso ye nuanom yi 2014 Correla, a kumunkrofo am ye ka say, oh, aden. common toilet facility kra na omu ntumi nsi and normally asosai niema we and mu nyina no. And when you come and you have a government that is sensitive to Ghanaians, to the plight of Ghanaians, I could see Sputnik V vaccine ya wana kwa. And you know, so Jane Ghana ni who say Obama na pomu who den ayen esi brania. Na chane say me show a pomu din won so nsam ma wo. Onso betumi akwa abonten akwa akoye adwuma enye sika dia show. Enti honorable Kwakwaji my man. Nidia no ye ni nyina ne se kwesi ubehwa emra covid bae his excellency president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo of former covid response team na ono na na edoma no ubehwa na wotwe bia na oma report on this covid issue akwasi na eye nipadom na ye adwuma no na oma ka report na bo mama president na president ni yaba be kasa enti at that time obi aye na adwuma enti emra president relax ye no na eye se health minister and they take up that mantle. And you be a the report and he's supposed to defend it. And we need to take pride in the man that he went in there to defend all the actions and inactions. When deny Mubia. The one Nimudia, or can he paint from say, Adia we mean Nim Hoshe. Even though some men are medano, no, Adia we mean Nim Hoshe. No more question, Namoba, mean to mean deny because men are medad dominant him. The parliament share ne say am passe se sika ya kwa die che na kwaji sika ne bra and the letter ko ye nyina ya ni tua letter shake de ba ye nyina ya ni tua no kura wo mu ni nyina no adedi akam krofo anu atom na krofo fu se sika na ko ino obi akwa titi sika no eso etie bia shake ne de beba no obeka se sika se na mensakai but the truth has been established. Akwasi adie baako a eye manije e wo ho no.
Okra ne sen.
Akwasi sika ne koye. Te ene ya cho letter de kwasa omo fa yesi kamere. Omo cho letter ne ba no omo si enuro ne yema 20,000.
That's not the crux of the matter.
And akwasi ya ntum say 20,000.
Sika ne beje but is the breaching of the provisions imra ya sise eno ni ade a.
Akwasi eno de ya gitumu say the provisions has been breached.
Entimo bia nyusu Sikano mfambe cover.
The fact of the matter is the circumstances surrounding the situation at the time. What was it? What was the rate of infections at that time? And now coronavirus will never say.
Me say, okaya onimana ana unim na unim onkai. Say MPP are buying and the Minister of Finance man ko pass loan agreement $1 billion. Within 24 hours of Parliament.
See, we did.
So what are you talking about now?
Then I make us say.
So why are you justifying say under because if loan they see here sikaya there within 24 hours need to pass here. So how can say we ain't mean here under 24 hours?
Because it could have been. And can you bet to me aye? But then the question is at that material moment. As to the decisions that were taken, is what we are looking at. Because how long need ye? Na kwasi nenye ni pana na ewu. Nenye ni pana na ewu. But I had ye a nipan kwa hunya. And therefore that decision ought to be taken.
Have you checked the dates that correspond like when fast we be almost signing date ni sa
yes, ma checking in na some in betra han mo minim na me meka. Ma checking in we know the date and the time lapse that came in. But you see, okay, minister, some of the conversations were such that they even have to use phone calls, and then later the letters had to follow. That was how serious the issues were. And you know, we are not trying to justify a wrong, but you see, in all honesty, all these things that we happened, the truth has come out. No cry woman say, no cry a das answer me achi, in ababonte. Because the any move shisheni in say, Obia disika womu and answer Obi nisika. That was what they were seeking for. And I am no more insensitive, say, and Kayashama Ghana for womu, Nayankasa, Kwasi Yawaha, and the way I am managing COVID-19, I am a 4-boy abaso.
Okay. Yenesia, Namima Johnson.
IMF a boy abaso say, send you managing your COVID-19 issues, you know. Ya Ghana ban homoding, Ghana jina brani. Juma Papa, His Excellency President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and then powerful, and then the son for aye. And no more outside world. It ya no ne nsɛm a yɛka ho asɛm yɛ ntwɛn sɛ yɛbɛlu so wɔ kra bi asane akase yɛbɛbɔ ne ho ban
Yes, me da say John. So far, ad hoc committee dwumadi a wɔmadi nsɛm apiepie fi mu aba wɔn report de aba bɛto dwa nea aba bɛtɔ abɔnten ebi sɛ yes minister on resigning ebi sɛ da bi on resigning ɔman panyin dismiss no wɔnyi na di ɛnna wobɛhu occupy Ghana ne ada ɛyɛ mpanyinfoɔ akasa anɔpɛ kura ne Martin Kpebu what's it?
Money for Nakasa.
Oh, I'm Occupy Ghana, Kasa.
Why Nakasa Mom?
Eh? Occupy Ghana, the statement about Monty.
Time by who?
They brought a statement. As I'm saying, Unima may say Occupy.
But quick one, Sabi, over. Yet he Nasa Nan a shade team. Like a Nasa Nashi team. Eh? I can't costume, yet here in your school. It is Yandy and send this for the Yanko school. I can cancel you. But you cry any mark and kind. You see 47 completed senior high schools. I'm a Ghana for. Yet you chair over 800,000 laptops. I'm a teacher for. Over. Talk, I said those days, go for time. Now your co school and a pioneer area. Okay. Under His Excellency John Mama, and you eradicate all those chief system no. If you Okroma, I think that shift system, yeah, ebi no obiom. And this abreso, and yet to me, yes, Sanders, and yet Chama school for you now, work from Ghana. A school for now, yeah, bisa. So called competent, and Yansa for one with Tima Mujali was swimming pool. Amuka says, Sikawa, man, no say. Amuba, a school, a dying, what you may see will come her. Yeah, young co school no. I sabi nyansa ni yetim no. Yen and I to me providing over 100,000 laptop computers across the country. Uko tertiary university so RG. Yen a young co school na sabi. Yen ni makenkan ya, yen ni medwa yen fa plane da. Yen ni che laptops. A mass school for na student, tertiary student in Bia, Uko University of Lagos, Uko University of K University. Then you see, university, come ha. Uko UDS, it was built under NDC, University of Science and Technology, Environment Science, Eastern Region. And so much was swimming pool, and Mukoko stresses Kawaman, University of Kwamu to me see Wokoma. Eti of Ghana for him. Ye kasa ye ka education ye ye wo ho a menia eya sorry wa akweku a enne ye wo nya ye nyansafo anyansa wo yetim ye gira ka kire se ti ebu obra ekrom ha embra so a oh we have the gas to come and explain because obi ende hwe ye fi se abuga pele when dey hwe yo Abu Kapele didn't Kotumu is under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. When this can be it can be a say. When first can be a shana mutemu. And so, Obum Branosono and Branini D under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Pusher Bass Brandon. Smarties. Occupy Ghana those days. Oh my God, for someone that ya someone ya demonstration na keka kan sam gum obi an fasika bi andi ba ya hwehwe mu na ye hu se ye tua sika ama na bro bi project ne so no ye sa refund under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ambrano eye adwuma institutions na wo kroma no eye adwuma ye na ye ni nyansa no ye yanko school da aye ni nyansa ye ni makenkan no ye mambra no ye adwuma and then ye see we have the man ye wo nyansa aye du bu oman ye wo ma obu ye competent omu tu bu oman aye ni nyansa anyansa wo ye team and then ye hwede ye sign contract kra na Now, we are under pressure. That dream crown additional agreement and you're stable. Okay, under His Excellency, the former president, J. Kufo, you can sign agreement our saloon. Yana one answer, na one answer, you only mean nano. We even sign agreement our saloon. I don't dare you say Kajilo Aba. You quite no, Sana, a saloon, and you can sign agreement. Then night here. We claim say our nyansa you want him dear you dware swimming pool you dware play mu aka stress sika ama sa president na yakọ no krom no kwana ya ka stress sika no kwana sa play no ndem mu da ya yakọ no wakaji 170 billion no onu kwan da play ma you dware wom on da play ma yakọ toilet wom asu yakọ no ho ya de pese da swimming pool mu e pese ya dware yi space mu na ka stress sika Sabi. Say, wo ye nipa wo dwen wo man ho. Na wo dwen nkofo ho. Na wo hwe hia podo ya tim. Wo be dwale wo swimming pool ma so aka sese sika ba. Nda betina. Ofa. Asema esi no. Eya asema. Eka krobi nso a. Eka by this time no. Eka the minister eka dem Eka minister dem go resign. Eka president I call no. Ama BNI. Investigation. Den. What parliament? I go try trust say. Say one sanisi kabia. One third robia. One yahe. Na abani say. Who sanisi ka? Eko to ndro ebaya. Usio. Yanya hwe esika naba na yanya entiri yanya yambo se mano yambo say. What are we talking about? In a country that there's rule and law. Oh, come ha. What for okay? COVID-19 yaba the finance minister over 110 billion insurance on one company. Okay. Now me kwano. I don't know why. Ghanaians are not shifting the attention to these two ministers. The minister that paid the over 160 billion to the sheikh, it was the finance minister. When to me and she say, oh, let me also cross check. Let me say, Samia Abbey, you parliamentary approval na. When to me and check papa no send this cano. Today no, as some say business say. Finance minister cross send says cano. On no cross so I saw resign. I say finance minister so I saw resign. The employee the attitude say health minister resign. The finance minister also have to resign because he sent the money.
Health minister resign.
Oh no, that's what is come on the social media allegedly. Okay. If it is true, the finance minister also have to resign. We have to shift our attention to the finance minister. And now we know say yes, you want to say oh Kromo Bibiano. We did 2017 you buy I show in Abania 2.25 billion bond. We know say up to now, total disregard for our loss in this country. But say when we say 2.5 billion up to now, those people ye ni momo. Corruption not does you man we mu. Nyansafue mu wahin, nyansafo naba. For PPA and the minister for procurement and the minister for gender. Honorable Atwasafo. Oshakan sama. The PPA boss was a juicy contract and all tongue. Obia naka uye in charge of procurement. The same procurement process here and can serve minister for health. Within this sponge vaccine, I can say through the procurement process. Obia ka the way chartered accountant there. I was a public account committee chairman in parliament for so many years. And they'll say you were in a hurry. You were under pressure. You are not in total a good mind. And one first Bianco, no one just say, no, you were lying to the people of this country. And so I don't see why those that we claim ourselves that we are competent, we have all the men, then they own and we sit here and we justify and want to compare Over. They will come here. And now. Yes, you want answer. You want him the end now. You did poor mine. But I say, this year, you're sensitive. His Excellency, the former president, and they'll go circle. Overhead, they see her. Interchange, they see her. Under His Excellency John, the one mama, they see her. Interchange, you know. Go to Kasua. Go to Sagemi, housing project. Who buy a dime, I go come to me see. Who can take Ghana for say, under 2 years of your term? Who may see toilet, walk from here now. Go to houses in this Accra. No, what I say? If you also see toilet, go and check toilet under His Excellency John Drummond Mama. You see here over 30,000 toilets in all across the country. Me, I benefited some when I was the assemblyman for Sakama electoral area in Abrekuma North constituency. Look at and say, ensure by the thing of the past. A man for name Bua and Buan and Numsio, who play mu. You are justifying that. When we have the total disregard for the loss of this country, you go to parliament and you lie to parliament. When you can't afford in the year, you young boy say, "Mount, who no one answer any idea." Yes, any idea. That the uncle school. As you nyamia dum ye wo nyansa fie. Ye wo fie nyansa. Ametu di kakwati say mama kwanya say mi ndi o man so a. Eye o man na japade na mehwe so.
John yemwie.
Enti me de. Mbusa kaka na meteche no. Ono na me de be ya mputu djuma e wo krom. Ama ntimamifo no mo ato mo. Etu hwe to Mahama achievement compared to none. Only 54 billion. 54 billion. We shut over 16 regional hospitals. Over 20-something polytechnics. Over 10 regional hospitals. It was built under His Excellency John.
Unity from one. Unity from John.
Over. Echimidi masa misiye no. And kasem way. And I can see under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama timer. And kadien de beka wo krom ha. And can you see the people of Esan Komamo? And then you don't see them. Occupy Ghana. A couple of pastors and can say wo krom ha. Amuya press conference and can see it. Ebisa sa nyansafu emu wo hin. And then all those people are silent. Until was phobia, until the media that was always under His Excellency John Mama name. So this is why I hate today. Everybody is silent.
Your mouth sign. The next time I'll disregard.
Total disregard.
The way you are disregarding me, I also disregard you.
Sometimes I don't even know whether. Oh, please. I end my statement.
Mommy. Yes, I'm. Okay, my main kind comments now. I'll come and take the closing remarks of my gentleman Yapon. In Shaba Anelka, Ashaman constituency says, in terms of good governance, just trust the visionary President Nana Akufo-Addo and the MPP as a party to deliver for the good people of Ghana. In Shaba Anelka, Eben Kwabinya. Hey, Asembebo, MPP led by President Akufo-Addo. Some of us are waiting to hear the president relieve the health minister of his post and hand him over for prosecution. Eben Kwabinya and Odifibaye. Leviticus Powers Kaswa says His Excellency Vice President Dr. Baumia has spoken again the NDC, and the NDC has begun sneezing. Amisco Spelele. Undoubtedly, it is crystal clear that all the economic indicators depict that the Nana-Addo-led administration has performed well, even in the COVID-19 era. Pitri Brim from Abroanko. Those who are saying the health minister, Ajiman Menu, should resign or step down are all jokers. He will not step down today nor tomorrow. Musa Abattoir, Kumasi, Minister of Health, Honorable Kweku Ajiman Menu, stated before Parliament that no money has been paid Now it has been established. Now that it has been established that he wrote a letter demanding Al Maktoum to refund the money, which means he has lied under oath. Musa Abatwa, NOD, Enobai. Closing comment, Yampon. Afwi. Just 1 minute.
Na His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Ekan, you know. Ye will be no more omobo besia. Na besia no ye hu di omde ye. Na mu si o mine trase. Na mu jagina o mine trim. Na ye will be no so omabo besia. Na o mine ejina ne na so raka. Ebi ne se emra o mu fi abem. Ishin ye fi. Ye buy modern boy yabo and inflation nam. Yes. Aye ko single. Na even bank besia sa wo kwaje besia wo bank dia ye adwuma. Na ye 32% and na ye 21. Enti wo hwe adwuma pa ya ye. Eni adwuma pa ye gusu a ye kyekyere na Ghana atumi afa ne ntoma. Ebe kyerɛ wo sɛ enwuma ya ye me nwanwa. John Tiano ka sɛ omusi 30,000 institutional toilet. How to me show a text's impression and no mugim. I don't know how can was them. Those times when be fear bemuno near what 10 regions, near any 6. And you can see the lies he is spilling to him. John, and you know, and these are the issues that sits with us. But dear, you say, on mine and I chere. On mine dear, the mua a kukuhias you may be a ipa. Ebi wo hon ma wo ye do abeni but wo ye ni nyina no ani da wo se wo niema wo be ye nyina no emfa ohaw ene oye na bia emrega na
John 1 minute here for
mesraw
1 minute into charge I know me
why obi an obeka say and anu even president is excellent the president of the republic and no from you know me John me from ha de anya de a e bibia e we but the American say we claim that we have the men. I've been the deputy of governor of Bank of Canada. And this for the money kind inflation or more 15 point whatever. But I make sure me brow too on say. Inflation no cry. I no cry again. Me mama o ti dwema. Ono nde o tomatoes a. Wo fa kwesi. Book market and then a pay. Tomatoes a year paint to rubber, a year 65 Ghana cedis. Local. Under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the insensitive president, you know, now 20 Ghana cedis. Well, friend, who's sensitive? I was a single delegate. Offer, and then no can say, cement your tongue will come her over 50 Ghana cedis. Meboa yam suma nkofo enko baby a tons say see am no kase call a pass over 50 Ghana cedis. Yeah na insensitive no under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama cement na 25 Ghana cedis. Wafa tamani ye ja ban no ama competent people am I deputy of governor Bank of Ghana dam one nyansa a single delegate amudi praise no na $1 to a cedi. 3 cedis 80 pesos. And that me no can say. Oko uma producer Mark Jerry. Eko brewer wa has $1 to a cedi 6 cedis 30 pesos.
1 minute. You're going to exceed 1 minute. Baby I know.
I will find the people that me trying to say. O money mu dey na ye no. E ma obi a me trying no ho. E me kan cho bi say. Ye no and ye won yansa and ye manage economy no and na bibia akoye masa eni bre amanfo ani abre wo manwu no and we should allow sleeping dogs to lie akomedi yen yesika nso yen yakotu anso yen yetumi ma ye remo akotua ma mumfa ncha ane kwa papa bi ama ye di wo fie entare papa kwa yetumi shabi wofa aho kira abakrom ha no you increase 79% our salary.
John, we are.
Eti da make us offer. Me dem asem be we no. You bet you know your own ashere. But yen ese etumu say pempenso adua. Tikapudo ni ejiji yaketi loans ni eje bon ni ade no. Ye fa nya ndwuma okoma ni enjai name calling no.
Okay.
Yeah, sensitive no. We build infrastructures.
Okay.
Yeah, employ for economy no na ekoye ahoto okoma. Asunde. Yeah, neko yamutu.
That's it. Michelle. That's John Afo of the NDC Anope NRT KO FIE Kujo Amega of the MPP. So Enka. MPP no ABOAGYE. I'll just take maybe just 4 calls now, sorry. So and quickly. Na DJ Fletcher Babe Twaso dia mam. So we'll take quickly some calls Anope ABOAGYE. So now we'll just wrap it up in Yamai Muso. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, but your first say.
KWASI.
Hey.
Na ya okasa fitabura of KWASI.
Na ya into.
Mame mo abaso anopai. Wa boy kuma Yankopon hia opa. Mame for Yesu enchia Emmanuel Lai o engineer Emmanuel Lai o die. E wo kro papa na ebo ne homode papa. Echi anu na menchia ni committee e wo Okanko Central ono so bo ne homode. Yeru aka na edamwa mechia no. Of KWASI. Uhwe ensemo a NDC ni ya otiko yo okan ya utimi se NDC afeli na anya nwanwa se omo chairman ba be ka se since Lawrence time yento abama NDC winning da ya bi omu wia okan sa so ansa se agina tiye ayampa ya nko simpani force koto efi so aso be ka che don den chema wu a ya nyina chiye na gami nyini ni se Ghana for ebe ko dila mu ato abama NDC because mimi hu nyuma pa bia NDC aba betra boy mu a waya meni of KWASI mu mienu anya mfa so ho and then another danko kufu ado bae afa ni wanya e wo ko mfie mi nu ka enhihye pa wo de agu ho free education ne me ba anya bi ko ntimi ko dia line ko abama NDC ana na we Ghana ni me kasa che Ghana for no pay say we Ghana ni na ye mampani kufu efra konwa so na cement e 6 cedi yeru atamos be fa cement e ko 15 cedi yeru mahama be fa cement e ko 35 cedi na do na kufu ado abana cement e 40 cedi a kai mu say 2024 wo ko to abama NDC a ontimi mete cement ni so emma 30 Ghana da ono so ba o be abeto aso amala ku 70 Ghana enti ada na on to na do dan kokufu ado on to MPP aban ne so emma hihye pa o hihye no on to aso emfa nkwa wiye ena ye kan 1D 1F of KWASI maku 76 MPP aban na do dan kokufu ado awie na Ghana amaburu ye adwuma wo
me da se ma me fa ye ne odi onum se kakakra na obi so abeka kakra na yetimi akoyenim. Hello, morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Patrick Frosty.
You're from Isaac.
Okay, Isaac, can't you?
Pacho, the German NDC now, no. I mean, because in the country, John Roman Mahama, your man, Papa, over Sabbath.
No, your NDC, you only mean John Afo.
Oh, okay. This is my first time I'm meeting something.
Okay.
I mean, I'm Namulate, honorable. Na KWASI with the Mr. Pa yenu and before omuba omanu yi na idea adena nya mo be kasenge yes because of me yepini nti adena nya kra na me drum say ye kila kwale oba we see NDC me oti hodin so nso no ba we to be am plenty afam kan ya yem so wa be kegum tra ngoko then let say aban fofo oba be say NDC anan no oba no the cement no from 70 cities into mu dice analysis no we say o man penikufo I don't want start if rolling cement no jana saying na kufo so bae no on so beto aso saying enso mu kan no akakufo no mu da rolling de no a no kufo no beto ye so be say bi o man yi na netum ye me na aye so ayi na ye bre why me da so much because we been trying
me so me da say I can't tietia now the see me engineer odi onum say Anope. Hello, morning.
Has been put on hold.
How can you put me on hold? I'll take the very score now. Because I'm on for pay room now. Do room I say hold. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Gampacha Frosty.
Hello.
Yay.
Good morning.
Morning.
Akwasi mpacho phone.
Efo yintiu.
Akwasi mienda wasi ene no mapa o ya magana. Na minchia MPP for penny for na kufa. Aduma o ye magana ntana for nyina ni asiam. Akwasi dia me can say I don't even know whether you allow this NDC guy to come to your studios again.
Masa. Masa.
Yeah.
Nyabutre u produce u cook sa kwan no ahwe me you kan asem ni.
Kwasi the way o misbehave on is
Also, why should I also allow you to come and stay on the law and talk? Usu mama come out kasa.
If we have a serious thing to listen, but the way our time on here, in fact, we be cut off Mamika. Akwasi Mamika Asemika. Che, when we say NDC for sorry, I'm so kufa to abo kusia, onye fie. But akwasi wudi unia si trasia. Nana kufa do ko towe onko. Say the way ahinifu nyina po papa ne baso. Then papa na you say, why you say. And so NDC fu kwa the trans Uganda no move cafe. Nana do kwa kufa do onye fie. And ti sabi o maybe so. And ahinifu no move na kufa do baso. Sabi omuniasi hu adi anase sabi onni madi anase de wow sa propaganda fi abrati we otra see almost over 3,000 tons masa enye Ghana na obecha Ghana futuro Ghana fo awaduma papa na do nkwa kufado ye enti nye de obetra ho obeka and obedada nipa na de wa wo ye de communication very poor.
Okay, all right. I mean fancy na me fan your chat on here sorry anope e wo ya homa no so hello. Yeah, Pacho, 1 year. Okay, so my mean you.
That question more about Juman. I'm a friend more than Emma can of Pajudamo.
But mammy, wait, me person with us more. Aya, Niamo can call us Ubiaba and Edu Abo Jumanti. Da Bena Jumano. What boy Juma? Ayana. Yet that's by I am a bit. What? Okay. Baby, I say a bit hypocritical, but I say,
oh, David.
Okay.
Why a Jumani? The cousin, the one Juma, Boa Bastor.
You, Martin.
And right there, the amount, and then
so, Mammy, too. That may have been Phoebe, uncle.
Oh, my God. But your boarding so marriage quadruple. Well, we see the mechanism. I am a mama, a man who tree. The NDC for it's me better not. Did you? No muchan, throw no more yet did it. It's a no more by Muda. You will come and bet na Kunyanto for 8 good years. And then I see Organa. It's a tree, dear Motussadima, where you may be quiet and confirm. A big ransom will be got up pampers, and no more girlfriends to crime. A big called Brazil. Omukungu akwanta omubomodi akwetena parliament isuchire Ghana for it's a yeme wawa so mu be radio so no mo kase si so mo metina kunwe isuda Ghana for so mu so no mu so ansa no mu di mu odu obuku man timi anfa Ghana nko ba bia nti na omodi akunya na sande man na dan kwa kufuado na omodi man na dan kwa kufuado no so na do e deliver ama Ghana for Antoine Sidu ofa kwesi e ba head minister sense mana ye pesre yare na ba ina hedu mi se person o jini pakra efu owo enti se why mistake no when time ma parliament na bo mama ni a we just entry na board so resign if say ba na mo akunya so mo ko top plane chidie kakakra family akra mo ntime mebu akonta anchiro man Ghana for na ni ebe na betra betra ready to dey this be resign menim say Ghana for say you man na dan kwa kufu ado airborne 2024 the obedi MPP in Ghana Israel Ghana for the demand no asana ta for quest menya menyeju
Yada si anope hanem senior de course no edc ewo ye dwumedie no so neat 100.9 Ghana Montie ye mai mu so